This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by a partnership between Champion Sports Radio and Tradio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the stream, and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of both Champion Sports Radio and Tradio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio. This is Grapevine Mustangs Football, presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
The Grapevine Mustangs are on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio. This broadcast of the Grapevine Mustangs football team is brought to you by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club and is sponsored by 121 Community Church, Chip Mercer Dentistry, Classic Chevrolet, Relax, Enjoy the Difference, Bottle Cap Alley, Prosperity Bank, ER of Texas, Infinity Solar USA, Own Your Power by Going Solar, Energy Attic, Attic Solutions to Transform Your Life, Greenleaf Roofing, DFW's preferred roofing company. Whirly Ball, visit them online at whirlyball.info. Livingforzachary.org. LoneStarGridiron.com and the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra online at gdyo.org. The Grapevine Mustangs football team is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio and Tradio. You can find us online on Twitter at Champion Sports, Facebook at facebook.com/championsportsradio, on Instagram at Champion Sports Radio, or online anytime at our website, championsportsradio.com. Yards on the catch. This time Kelleher takes the handoff, and he's going to get dropped for a loss, as that time number 2, the right to the left, snap is back handoff the Polk. He's got room. He's into the open field. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. He walks it into the corral for a Grapevine touchdown. Parker Polk had a hole open up. Offset pistol, snap back, handoff again to Polk, and he'll walk it into the corral. Snap is back. Nope, Baum keeps it, and he'll walk it into the corral for a Grapevine Mustangs touchdown. Great fake as he put that in the gut of Parker Polk, pulled it out at the last second, and nobody was home as Baum takes it into the 4-wide set. Snap back, Smith. Here comes the blitz, and he is going to get dropped. Coming off the corner blitz, perfectly timed by number 12, Ezekiel Brown, and just ran Weston Smith down. Great coverage on a really crucial part of the game. Offset pistol, and they're going to go with a reverse to Carradine, and he's got the whole side of the field open. The 20, the 10, the 5, he walks it into the corral for the touchdown. He's been a force. Second down and another loss as Devin Thomas shot the gap and hit the... Back here for the start of the second quarter, first and 10 for Heritage at the Grapevine 35, and this time it's going to be a loss. Stepping up that time, right, single receiver left. Smith back pass, empty set. Actually, he's going to get dropped. He gets blasted in the backfield that time as coming up in the backfield. Snap is back. They give it to Watkins, and he's going to have that first down, and he breaks free inside the 10, the 5, and he walks it into the corral. Reed Watkins showing power. The senior breaks. He's going to be stopped short, and it's into the end zone for the touchdown. You are looking live, to coin a phrase, at Scarborough-Handley Field on the east side of Fort Worth, where tonight your Grapevine Mustangs look to stay atop the District 4-5A Division II standings. And tie themselves for first place as they take on the Parrots out of Fort Worth ISD. The Mustangs at 4-1. The Parrots coming in at 0-5. It is a game of concentration tonight for the Mustangs, and tonight they'll try to stay atop the district standings. That is up next on Mustang Friday Nights. Good evening, everybody. My name is Jacob Dedamore. I'm here with my broadcast partner, Tim Smith, and we are in East Fort Worth this evening for this matchup between your Grapevine Mustangs and the Parrots of Poly High School out of Fort Worth ISD. And, Tim, going back to last week, what a whale of a ball game. I know you got to watch it. I'm sorry you missed it, but it was a whale of a ball game as the Mustangs defeated their crosstown rivals, the Heritage Panthers, out of Colleyville, and now find themselves, at least for tonight, a half game out of first place after results from last night.
Yeah, certainly it looked like a great game, lived up to everything that you expected out of that inner-city rival game there. And I did get a chance to watch a little bit of it while I was away on vacation, and then went out and watched it this week. And what a great game by Grapevine. Great momentum for them to catch early in this season. Hopefully tonight they can use that as a springboard to continue that momentum going into this continued district play.
Yeah, and tonight in district play, they already know a result from the game last night. Arlington Heights, also out of Fort Worth ISD, moved to 6-0 on the season and 3-0 in district play as they blew out Trimble Tech last night 54-7. They'll be playing Colleyville Heritage next week, Will Southwest, so that'll be is Arlington Heights, I should say. So that will be a game definitely to watch for everybody else. But tonight, for the Mustangs, it's about going to 3-0 in district themselves and moving themselves into a tie atop the first place standings. And tonight they're taking on an opponent that will need the Mustangs to make sure that they're focusing tonight.
Yeah, this is one of those games you look at and sometimes you can say, well, it's a trap game, right? It's one of those type of scenarios. I don't think so tonight for Grapevine. I think that they just have too much in the tank tonight. But you have to come in focused. You have to come in and play to your capability, play to your strengths. You cannot play down to your competition. And if you want to be that first-place team, you have to play like it week in and week out.
The Poly Parrots coming in at 0-5. They've really been struggling this year as a program, have had to reduce the program down to just their varsity, have had to cancel JV and freshman games. Don't know the reason for that, but I know Russell Coons is a good coach. I talked to him some last season before these teams played, but I know it's been a bit of a struggle this year, and we'll see how things go down tonight. So we're going to take our first break here on the ER of Texas pregame show. When we come back, we'll have my interview with Grapevine head coach Mike Alexander. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football presented by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Hey, Mustang fans, have you been meaning to get to the dentist and it just keeps getting pushed back to the list for tomorrow? Well, today, let me introduce you to Dr. Chip Mercer in Fielder Park Dental, where they're creating and restoring beautiful smiles. They're a full-service dental office that provides everything from your basic dental cleanings to more advanced care like implants and Invisalign orthodontics. Online at fielderparkdental.com or call 817-275-4817 for an appointment. Conveniently located in North Arlington, Dr. Mercer's a proud Mustang dad. fielderparkdental.com or call 817-275-4817.
Bottle Cap Alley is a place where hot food meets a cool vibe for big-time fun. We're the stomping grounds for friends and family to gather and enjoy themselves. Here, everybody is somebody. We take great pride in our food and the people we serve. So whether you're here to watch the game or just popping in for a quick bite, we're always happy to see you.
Jacob Dedamore back here on the ER of Texas pregame show, and I'm joined by Grapevine head coach Mike Alexander. Coach, the battle for the Red Rail went your way on Friday night, and
first time in a few years. And after the way things went last year with all the strange circumstances surrounding it and how the game went, it had to feel really good for the coaching staff and your squad.
No doubt, Jacob, that game's always, carries with it a lot of extra, regardless. And it was an electric environment the other night, man. That stadium was energized, and it was fun, man. When you think about high school football in Texas, and I think, every kid should be able to take part in that kind of experience that we had on Friday, and because it's super special. And then just adding all the media presence, with WFAA and Channel 5 and Bally's were there, so it was just a lot going on, and thought our kids handled it really well, and played an exceptional second half and a solid first half, and so, man, I was really, really proud of our team the other night.
Yeah, we thought that the key to the game really was that you guys, especially in the second half, really won the battle in the trenches up front. We thought the offensive line did a fantastic job really all night long. And then in the second half, your defensive line just had a whale of a ball game, especially Dalton Knapp, the sophomore. He was a guy that really stood out to us during the course of that game. What were your thoughts on his performance and, the guys in the trenches in general?
Jacob, I think that Argyle game we played 3 weeks ago was huge in helping us in that second half, because, what I talked to the guys about at halftime was we've been here before. We went into halftime against Argyle up 1 point. The other night we were up 1 point. We came out second half against Argyle and did not win the battle up front or in the trenches, and that was the difference in the game. And so our kids met that challenge. I think they ramped up their intensity, especially up front in the second half, and that was probably the difference. And then, you did mention Dalton had a big second half. We did some stuff in the second half a little bit differently on defense. We changed up our looks. We did some stuff that really kind of got back to our base defense that we started out in against Wakeland at the beginning of the year, which was built for Dalton and some of our other guys' strengths. And then over the course of the season, we kind of adapted it and kind of tightened everything up. But we went back to our base stuff in the second half, and Dalton had a huge night. We honored him with the DNA Fight Player of the Week this week. And so, it was a big night, and it's good to see underclassmen playing big in the Red Rail game, right? Because they're going to have another year or two to do it. So you want seniors to always have a good experience, but it's also important that you got some underclassmen that know what to expect when we get to next year.
I also thought offensively, as we talked about the offensive line, I thought was dominant most of the night. But I also thought Evan Baum maybe had his best game from a decisiveness and decision-making standpoint. What were your thoughts on him?
Super proud of Evan. Monday morning at Scouting Report, I had him and Hack both stand up and in front of the team, and I kind of challenged him in front of the team, and I said, we can't beat Heritage without our quarterbacks being aggressive and decisive. Like we need you guys to be aggressive and decisive. And they met the challenge. They were both prepared. Obviously we didn't ever go with Hack at any point in the game, but I believe if we would have needed to, he'd have gone in and done the same thing. So, but super proud of Evan. He did probably have his best game for sure.
Now coming up this week are going to be taking on the Poly Parrots tonight out here at Handley Field. And, this is a team that hasn't won a game this year, and your squad coming off of 2 back-to-back big wins, the homecoming game, and then, of course, the rivalry game. When you come into a week like this, kids are still kids. This is high school. People can have it. Young men can still have a tendency to kind of maybe get overconfident, let the mind wander a little bit against an opponent like this. How do you make sure that the guys are focused in and not letting the success of the last couple of weeks maybe give them some complacency coming into a game like this?
It's good point. We talked about that very thing this morning. at the conclusion of practice, and I challenged our team from an individual standpoint. Collectively, we feel like we're a better team than Poly. But individually, I challenged our guys. Don't worry about your teammate. You worry about yourself. If you're wearing a red shirt, those are our defensive players, practice. I said, if you're wearing a red shirt, I want every single one of you to make a personal challenge of yourself that you're not going to miss an assignment or miss a tackle. You're not going to do it. Just, it's a personal battle. And if we get 11 guys, challenging themselves to have their very best game in terms of assignment and tackling, then we're going to be fine. We're going to make progress regardless of who our opponent is. And then offensively, I just told them just play fast and be dominant. You can't control who your opponent is. It's kind of like in scout teams. Sometimes our scout teams at practice give us a good look. Sometimes they don't. It can't dictate our practice. If they give us a bad look, we just got to go and take whatever we get out of it, and so it's kind of the same thing this Friday night. I want us to just play fast and everything else take care of itself.
All right, Coach. We really appreciate you taking the time as always, and good luck in the game tonight.
Thanks, Jacob.
That's Grapevine head coach Mike Alexander. We'll be back with more of the ER of Texas pregame show. You are watching Grapevine Mustangs football presented by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
That was my interview with Grapevine head coach Mike Alexander here on the ER of Texas pregame show. And right now, as we are counting down till kickoff here at Scarborough-Handley Field in East Fort Worth, it is now time for this week's edition. When we missed it last week, we missed it dearly. It's time for this week's edition of Tim's Takes.
Thank you, Jacob. Well, again, looks like I missed a great game a week ago, but no worries. I did go back and I watched the game, particularly that second half, and what I saw was an outstanding performance by both the O and defensive line, particularly, again, like I said, in that second half. This leads me right into my keys for tonight, and that is more defense. Now, last season, the Mustangs had no issue with Poly as they played in Grapevine, and with a winless record on the year thus far, I look for a similar outcome. Last week, Poly dropped to Northside 66-0. Now, when we talk about defense, we have to start with number 41, the sophomore Sam linebacker, Dalton Knapp. Last week, he really turned up that pressure, and in the second half, his motor led the way. On the line, we have the privilege of watching Leighton Towery, number 19, Devin Thomas, number 99, and Ben Williams, number 96, along with Tristan Steed, number 35. As the main antagonists, these guys are tearing up offensive lines. If I could go through the whole roster, Jacob, I would, but this defense is really coming into its own. The D-line is the main reasons the Mustang won 19 first downs a week ago, 14 second downs, and 2 fourth downs, which really turned into turnovers. The D-line is setting the tone for sure and has Grapevines at 9 turnovers so far on the year. Now, I'm an offensive guy, so it's hard for me to fawn over the D like that, so let's give the O-line some love. Yes, we know the offense is powered by Parker Polk and Evan Baum, but without the big uglies up front, none of it works. From left to right, we have number 71, Travis Mason, number 52, Alex Hogan, number 73, Side Owen, number 55, Hunter Cadell. Now, he might be out tonight. We could see a replacement there. Number 74, Max Livingston. And then this offense is allowing 155 yards per game in the air and 363 yards on the ground per average. So the offensive line, they're the reason you're able to run for almost 400 yards a game. Last week they were over 400 with 6 touchdowns on the ground. With those types of numbers, Grapevine is certainly hard to beat. It's a beautiful night, Jacob, and I expect the Mustangs to have a great game. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for this team to execute tonight because, as we talked about in our opening segment, they are playing a team that's winless and a team that's really been struggling this year. What I'm looking for is Grapevine to play up to their standard and up to their level and execute as you mentioned earlier, not play down to the competition, play up to their standards, and execute what they're trying to do. Don't worry about doing too much. Worry about doing your job and doing it well. If they do that, they're going to come out of here, I think, with a pretty solid victory tonight.
Yeah, and that sounds pretty much almost exactly to what probably the coach's message is in the locker room right now. Play within yourself. Let the game come to you, and don't play down to your competition. Play up to that first place that you have currently, and do that every week inside and out.
All right, that's going to do it for us here on the ER of Texas pregame show. When we come back, we will have the coin toss, the pregame running onto the field out of BAM, and the opening kickoff for you. Up next here from Scarborough-Handley Field in East Fort Worth, it is your Grapevine Mustangs against the Poly Parrots out of Fort Worth ISD, next on Mustang Friday Nights.
It's sundown in Texas, and the Mustangs are herding up.
This is Mustang football.
Sunset in Texas. This is Mustang football. Sun's down in Texas, living it up in the fall.
This is Mustang football.
The lights are heating up now. This is Mustang football.
Mustang Nation, let's ride! This is Mustang football. This is Mustang football.
Back here at Scarborough-Handley Field as we get ready for the opening kickoff here tonight between Poly and Grapevine. Captains are about to walk onto the field for the opening coin toss. Your captains tonight for the Grapevine Mustangs, number 4, Parker Polk, number 73, Cy Owen, number 27, Drew Nelson, and number 11, Latham Way. For the Poly Parrots, their captains this evening are number 10, Tiakunde Shima, number 11, DeMason Johnson, number 52, well, I don't have a number 52 on this roster, so there's a number 52 that's a captain tonight, and a number 56, which I also don't have on this roster. So this is going to be a fun night. But we will be having the coin toss here momentarily. There was one game last night, as I mentioned earlier here on the ER of Texas pregame show. Arlington Heights moved to 6-0 on the season and 3-0 in district play, blowing out Trimble Tech last night in a Thursday night affair. The score in that one was 54-7. So they currently, at least for the time being, are atop the district alone here in 4-5-8 Division II. Grapevine at 2-0 and 4-1 on the season. And then you got 4 teams right now fighting for 2 playoff spots, all at 1-1 in district. The Heritage Panthers, the Northside Steers, the Southwest Raiders, and the O.D. Wyatt Chaparrals. And all of those teams will be in action tonight. We have the Poly Alma Mater going on right now out in the stands. Players are getting ready to run onto the field for both teams as soon as the Alma Maters finish up. As the lights start to kick on here at Handley Field. If you've never been out to Handley Field and you're on your way as a Grapevine supporter, it is on Craig Street, right off southbound 820, just a little bit south of I-30. Pretty easy exit. You can actually see north and southbound 820 from this stadium. Pretty intimate setting here at Hanley.
You said you hadn't been here?
I haven't been to this stadium in over 30 years.
Do we age you? Okay, you age yourself. Good
I aged
job.
myself. It's been a long time.
Look, hey, the stadium looks pretty good for being that old. What happened to you?
They've had some. What happened to me? Life. That's what happened to me, Tim.
There you go.
A lot of life.
Well, you don't have anybody coming in putting money into you either.
That's very true. I don't have a movie production company coming in and giving me a facelift.
You did tell me earlier. You shared with me some history that there was a little bit of an Owen Wilson.
That was what I believe happened. I'll have to look up the name of the movie, but there was a movie a few years back starring Luke Wilson that did a lot of the filming here. And so the production company wanted to put some money into this stadium so it would look better on film. And
it looks great. I mean, I went down there when I first got here tonight. And the turf is great. I mean, the turf is super nice, really bright here. If you can't see it, it's a nice little setup.
It's a very intimate stadium. Pretty close. The stands are pretty close to the sideline. There's no track here at Handley Field. They've just had the coin toss. Grapevine won the toss and has chosen to receive. So the Grapevine Mustangs will be starting on offense. We'll give you those starters here in just a moment. The movie I was referencing was called 12 Mighty Orphans.
12 Mighty Orphans.
Actually came out last year, and it's a movie that was based on a true story set back during Depression era here in Texas about a group of young orphans that played some high school football.
Okay.
So they filmed a lot of the football sequences here at Handley Field. So a production company put some money into the stadium. They've got great looking field turf here, nice looking scoreboard. Stands are in good shape. So
lights came on. So
yep, lights have kicked in. So we're good. We're good to go. Color guard is marching the flag onto the stadium. If we have them, let's go ahead and give those offensive starters for the. Oh, the colors are actually being presented. So we're going to take this down to the PA address announcer. So for the national anthem here.
Color guard of Polytechnic High School. The members of the color guard are right guard Victory Harris, American flag Alan Hinojosa, Texas flag Joseph Pacheco, battalion colors Brian Lopez, left guard Mariana Gueca. To honor America and Americans around the world, the Polytechnic Marching Band will perform our national anthem.
Nice job by the Poly Parrot High School Band on the national anthem. And right now, as we get ready to kick off, let's go ahead and give you the offensive starters for the Grapevine Mustangs. There is one change tonight due to injury. Hunter Caudle at right guard will be out tonight. He injured his shoulder this week. He had an injury this week in practice, and so he's going to be replaced in the starting lineup tonight by number 72, the senior Braden Johnson at right guard. The rest of the studs up front remain the same. At left tackle, 71, Travis Mason. At right tackle, Max Livingston, number 74. At left guard, number 52, Alex Hogan. And the captain, Cy Owen, number 73, at center. Your starting lineup as far as your skill positions go, of course, Evan Baum, the senior, number 9, will be at quarterback. Your two outside wide receivers, number 21, Rondell Carradine, who had a great week last week. We'll talk about him in a little bit. Number 17, Sammy Kelly. Number 7, Caden Cook. And your tight end, number 18, Hank Miller. Your player to watch tonight is the running back, number 4, Parker Polk. He had 191 yards and 3 touchdowns last week against Heritage. Huge game for Parker, averaging just over 7.6 yards a carry. He had a massive night on the ground, as did the entire Grapevine offense. So we're about ready to get underway here at Handley Field. And the kickoff is a little short pooch kick, and it'll be fair, caught at the 36-yard line by the tight end, number 22, Brady Wagner. No, I'm sorry, 33, Tyler Mears. Sorry, misread that. My fault.
Yeah,
So
real quick thinking by Mears to just do the fair catch. You know, a little bit of him wants to catch that and take off running, but ill-advised.
Kicking off was number 8, Jorge Ruiz for the Poly Parrots. The Mustangs will be starting at their own 37-yard line, 1st and 10. Talked about Rondell Carradine last week. He had a huge game for Grapevine, over 100 yards receiving. Also had about 50 yards rushing and a touchdown on the ground. He was everywhere for the Mustangs as they tried to get his speed in. Coming out in the offset pistol formation. Snap is back. It's going to be a handoff to Polk up the middle, up to the 40-45. Solid first down gain of 8 yards behind that big offensive line, who helped the Mustang offense last week rush for over 400 yards against the Heritage Panthers. 2nd and 2, going tempo here on the first possession. Another handoff to Polk, going around the right side. Now cuts back towards the middle, across midfield, and into Parrot territory. He's going to get stood up at about the Poly 47. It'll be a gain of 8 yards and a first down for the Mustangs.
Yeah, just good work early on by this Mustang offensive line to lean in on the D-line and create some easy holes for Parker to read and scoot through there for an easy first down on the second carry.
So now the Mustangs have moved into Poly territory. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line. They're going to come out with a full house backfield, kind of a diamond formation in the out of the pistol. Snap is back. It is going to be a handoff to Polk up the middle, trying to dance his way through. He's going to get to about the 41-yard line for a gain of 6 before he's brought down, as he was brought down by number 52 for Poly. Sorry, I do not have a name for him on my roster.
Yeah, and you know, if you're Parker and you're running 3 to 4 yards before you're even getting a hand put on you, you got to think that it's going to be a pretty good night for you.
2nd and 4 now for the Mustangs. Handoff again to Polk up the middle, dancing inside the 40 to 35, and now getting gang tackled from behind as the action kind of slowed up. But Parker got all the way down to the 31-yard line for a gain of 10, and that moves the chains for the Mustangs here on this first possession.
Just too easy right now. The holes are massive. You and I could run through these holes, and Parker using his vision, making people miss. He made a defender miss that time. That came in like, I couldn't catch the number, but he came in like a torpedo, and Parker just kind of threw him to the side.
CJ Holmes in at tailback on this possession, on this set of downs. 1st and 10 at the 31. Wagner moves over to the right side of the formation. Snap is back, handoff to Holmes up the middle, and he's going to get tackled right after he crosses the line of scrimmage. Nice job reading the hole and filling it by the junior, number 8, Jorge Ruiz, limiting that to a gain of only 2 yards for CJ Holmes.
Yeah, they just ran a quick little trap on that left side and opened up a nice little hole for CJ to get through there and get a couple quick yards, which is really all they're looking for there. Get 2 to 3 yards, and if something bigger comes out of it, that's great.
2nd and 8 now for the Mustangs at the Poly 29. Holmes stays in at tailback. 2 receivers to the right in this formation with 2 tight ends in. Snap is back. Baum looking to throw. He's going to fire one deep towards the end zone. He's got a man. He's going up, and it is caught for the touchdown. Sammy Kelly, with his team leading 5th touchdown of the season, goes up and high points the ball and hauls it in, and the Mustangs strike first from 29 yards out.
Yeah, when you can lull a team to sleep by running on them and you're getting 4 to 5, 6 yards a carry, then you get that one-on-one on the outside with your best receiver. Just go ahead and throw it up, Evan, and get you a touchdown. He was open by 2 or 3 yards, pitch and catch. It was one read all the way, easy throw and catch there. Great drive to start off the game for Grapevine. They've come out obviously very, very focused on the task at hand here tonight.
Hayden Rhodes on for the extra point. The snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is no good. He pushed that one wide to the right, did Hayden Rhodes.
That's unusual.
Yeah, very unusual. 9:19 to go here in the first quarter. Grapevine leads Poly 6-0. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
At 121, we love our Mustang football, and we also love our students. We're so excited for an opportunity to come alongside parents and schools as we shape the next generation of leaders.
And we love to welcome you and your whole family on a Sunday morning and your students to join us on a Wednesday night.
Our students have fun while learning to love God through His Word and also love others through selfless service.
All right, enough about what we can do for you. Let's get back to the game. Go Mustangs!
Time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the...
The kickoff is away, and it's a nice coffin corner kick right there from Hayden Rhodes. Goes just inside the pylon for the touchback, and the Parrots will take over at their own 25-yard line for their first possession. The Grapevine starters on defense tonight look like this. At your 2 defensive end spots, it'll be number 41, Dalton Knapp. Number 35, Tristan Sneed on the other side. Leighton Towery back from injury this week on the inside, along with number 99, Devin Thomas. In the secondary and at their linebacker positions, the captain, number 11, Latham Way, in the middle. Tyler Mears, number 33, at the other linebacker spot. C.J. Holmes at one corner. Ezekiel Brown at the other. Your freak position, Hunter Lasher, and the other safety is Major Heck. Your player to watch tonight is the captain, Drew Nelson. Drew Nelson had a very solid game last week. We'll get you tell you about him in just a second. First down, handoff up the middle, and Grapevine stands it up right at the line as Latham Way fills the hole like a professional and just sticks the running back on that play, number 34 for Poly. Check that. That was number 8 for Poly, Jorge Ruiz.
And as much as we talk about the D-line for Grapevine, I really think that this defense is motored off the linebacker core, because even you look at Knapp, he's coming from the linebacker position, coming down on that line of scrimmage, and then they hit the holes and they fill the holes extremely fast like we just saw.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line. Quarterback rolling to his right. Pass is low and incomplete. The quarterback for the Poly Parrots is number 2, Diego Gonzalez, the sophomore. He was trying to hit his sophomore wide receiver, Jaden Johnson, number 9. The pass just came in a little low right there, and that's going to set up a 3rd and long for the Poly Parrots. I talked about Drew Nelson last week and the week he had. He had an interception, almost had 2 against Heritage last week. Even though he's wearing that cast on his right hand, still had a pick and nearly had a second one. He also had a tackle for a loss in that game. He was doing a fantastic job coming up from that safety position and helping slow down that Heritage run game. Snap back on 3rd down. It's a little end around, and there is nothing doing. Leighton Towery was the first man in. Devin Thomas cleaned it up, but Grapevine was all over that play as they tried to get the ball to the freshman, Rayshawn Ellisher, number 17, going around the end, and Grapevine dropped him all the way back at the 20 for a loss of 5, and that's going to set up a punt.
Yeah, it was a little slow developing and didn't fool anyone on the D-line for Grapevine on that front 7. So now you'll have to punt. Parker here at his 45. I don't think that's what you wanted from an offensive standpoint coming out for Poly, but
Jorge Ruiz back to punt. The punt is low and rolls back to him. He picks it up, rolling to his right, and somehow gets the punt away. Great job by Ruiz. It's not going to go very far, but what a job by Ruiz to recover a punt that rolled back to him and got between his legs, pick it up, roll to his left, and left foot kick that ball and actually save it from being a possession for Grapevine inside the Poly 10.
Well, certain disaster. Could have been Grapevine could have picked it up, ran it for a touchdown, could have fell on it there at the 10, but great job to roll out and get that ball away and at least give your defense an opportunity to get out there and play.
Ended up only being a 13-yard punt, but it could have been much, much worse for Poly if not
Absolutely.
for the fantastic play by Jorge Ruiz right there. Got a little Hayden Rhodes in him on that one.
Yeah, he did.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the Poly 33 split back set out of the shotgun here on 1st down. Wagner goes in motion to the right, snap back to Baum. He's looking to throw again. He's going to go deep. He has a man. The pass is caught. It's going to be down at the 1-yard line. That pass is caught by number 22, Brady Wagner. The tight end ran a little wheel route after he motioned to the right side of the formation and was wide open, and Baum found him. Great diving catch by Wagner. Sets up 1st and goal at the 1.
We saw a lot of that last year where the outside man will run that post route, the inside man will run the wheel. We haven't seen it a lot this year, but what a great target to throw to there. Great throw by Evan Baum on the wheel route. Right on the money.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line for Grapevine. 2-back set. It's going to be a handoff to Polk, and he will walk it into the corral, hardly touched for the touchdown. And the Mustangs, 2 possessions, 2 scores, and they're up 12-0.
Yeah, I think Grapevine is saying, hey, we can do some things tonight that we haven't been able to do or that we haven't concentrated on so much from the air attack, rather. And 2 early big pass plays. That second one easily could have been a touchdown, tackled at the 1. So right now, Evan Baum is on fire, and they might continue to ride that hot hand for a little bit.
Hayden Rhodes on for the extra point. He pushed the last one wide right. Snap is down on this one. This kick is up. This one looked like it was right down the middle, and it is. 7:15 to go in the first quarter. Grapevine's up 13-0 over Poly. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Each year across the United States, young lives are lost to sudden cardiac arrest, and our communities are left to pick up the pieces. That's what happened in April of 2009 when Zachary Schraw lost his life to an undiagnosed heart condition after collapsing suddenly during a Plano East Senior High School football practice. After his death, Zach's loved ones knew it was time to take action to protect young hearts across North Texas from this silent killer. Since its establishment in 2009, Living for Zachary has impacted thousands of families by providing heart screenings for ages 12 to 22, donating AEDs to youth-based organizations, and training community members in the use of CPR, all with the goal of saving lives. Sudden cardiac arrest doesn't wait, so we can't either. Schedule your child's heart screening today, apply for an AED for your organization, or make a donation that could change a life forever. Together, we can give our children's hearts a second chance. Join the movement to save young hearts at livingforzachary.org today.
The kickoff from Hayden Rhodes is away. It bounces at the 5, and it's rolling sideways, and it's going to be picked up, and it's still on the ground. And let's see who got it. It looks like, I think, Pauly came up with it, but man.
Odd strange of events. It looked like it looked like the player, the return man, wasn't sure if the ball was live or not. He was kind of standing there with the ball.
Grapevine covered it, so it's Grapevine ball at the 6. Yeah, just a little bit of
live ball.
Little bit of brainlessness right there, thinking that ball was like a touchback. He didn't signal a fair catch. You still have to get it. The ball bounced at the 5, and I think the player for Poly, I think it was Tiyakunde Shima. Tiyakunde Shima was thinking it was going to roll out of bounds, and it just didn't. And Grapevine got on it at the Poly 6, and they have it 1st and goal.
Great awareness by Grapevine to go down and jump on the ball. I mean, that's Coach Alexander has his guys 100% teed up and focused here tonight.
Just a little mental error there from Poly. 1st and goal. C.J. Holmes in at tailback. 3 wide set. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Hand off to Holmes up the middle, and he's going to walk it into the corral. Just takes Grapevine one play, and C.J. Holmes scampers into the end zone. And just like that, it's a 3-score game.
Yeah, not much resistance there up front. I think the defense with the sudden change came out a little bit surprised, and Grapevine comes in, runs one of their best plays, just that little power run game right up the middle. C.J. Holmes. Too easy. Well, that O-line had the entire Poly defense in the end zone, by the way.
That touchdown for C.J. Holmes. The kick is up from Hayden Rhodes, and it is good. 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. It's now 20-0 Grapevine. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio, presented by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club.
Living in North Texas provides all of us with an amazing quality of life, including an affordable cost of living, outstanding schools, unbelievable cultural opportunities, and the best sports around. But we also have to put up with severe storms. Hi folks, Champion Sports Radio President and Founder Thomas Lee here to tell you when a hail or windstorm comes through your neighborhood, do what we did and call Greenleaf Roofing. Greenleaf Roofing is a fully insured, locally owned and operated company built on the values of amazing craftsmanship, affordable options, and innovative solutions. And they are proud that those values still stand as a foundation for their business today. And did I mention Greenleaf Roofing has 24-hour emergency service available? It's nice to know Greenleaf Roofing will be there in a hurry if you need them. After the first experience, I became a customer.
This kickoff is away, and it's fielded at the 2-yard line, up to the 10, 15, and then Grapevine stacks up the return man, number 2, Diego Gonzalez, at about the 17-yard line. That time, Poly fielding that one cleanly.
It looks like they put their leader, their quarterback, back there to make the right decisions. Can't be mad at that.
Diego Gonzalez is a sophomore, number 2.
It'll be the 17-yard line.
Be the 17-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Poly Parrots. Out at wide receiver, they have number 5, junior Ricky Promise. Over here on the near side of the field, number 9, Jaden Johnson, the sophomore. They're going to come out with a full house backfield look here on first down. 3 running backs and a stack eye next to the quarterback. First down, and it's going to be a quarterback draw up the middle. Grapevine stands it up, but the pile just kind of pushes its way forward out to the 20-yard line. It was a quarterback keep by Diego Gonzalez, number 2. And the Mustangs gave up about 3 yards before standing that play up. That was interesting. They had all three running backs basically lined up in a stack eye next to the quarterback, and they all led into the hole as lead blockers.
That's a lot of beef in one hole, sir. That's a lot of activity going on in one small area.
Now here on second down, Billy Joe Johnson, the freshman, number 13, checks in at quarterback as they go empty set here on 2nd and 7. Little quick pass. It's caught, but only going to get about a yard as the Mustangs read that little quick wide receiver screen. Coming in on the tackle was Leighton Towery along with Dalton Knapp, number 41, as they threw a little quick hitter to Jorge Ruiz, and he was only able to get out to the 21 to set up 3rd and 6.
And now you probably don't want to be in this 3rd and medium situation. You've had a little bit of an issue kind of moving the ball, but they're in a spread here. They got them all spread out, so maybe a quarterback draw or a quick pass to get this first down.
The officials have stopped play here for a moment. I'm not sure what they're setting up. I don't know if the chains they're resetting something on the sideline or something, but they're trying to get something reset here. It's 3rd and 6 at the 21 for Poly. They're resetting the play clock.
You know, I'm confused because the play clock is not moving.
Yeah, the play clock's not moving. They've halted something. I'm not sure what the halt in play is here. The line judge on the far side of the. All right, now they're finally just stopping everything because the line judge on the far side was talking to Coach Alexander. I'm not really sure what the situation is and why. The referee's mic is not working.
Please reset the game clock to 5:20.
Okay, so we had a clock issue is what apparently the problem was.
All right.
And we're still we're still trying to figure out what the clock issue is. They're trying to reset it. I thought they said 5:14 on the microphone, but they've set the clock at 5:50.
It's not your job. Fix your man. I'm not doing it. It's not me. We have some confusion on the field. They think we're the clock
the
people.
officials. The officials are trying to get the clock situation figured out. As I'm actually looking for the actual referee, the man in the white hat, the leader of the crew.
He's over on the other side talking to Coach Alexander.
He's talking to Coach Alexander right now. Okay. Coach Alexander's not real happy about something that has gone on with this clock. So the referee is talking to Coach Alexander, and it is a it's a displeased head coach Mike Alexander right now with what's going on with the clock. It's 20-0 Grapevine here in the first quarter. The Mustangs have scored on all three of their first possessions. Two of those have started deep in Poly territory. They have touchdown runs from Parker Polk, his 9th of the season, one from C.J. Holmes, his 3rd, and then we also had a touchdown catch from Sammy Kelly, which was his 5th of the season. And whatever the explanation that the referee is giving to Coach Alexander, he's not happy, and the referee at this point is throwing his hands out to the side like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah, this is, I mean,
this is a very involved discussion. Why don't we go ahead and
Coach,
Trey, do you want to go ahead and take a quick break while they figure this out? We're going to take a quick commercial break while the referee and Coach Alexander still hash this out. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio. Well, wait a second. Now they've finally finished.
Here we go.
I don't think Coach Alexander is still happy with the result of that discussion, but it's at least come to an end. So they've got the clock set at 5:20. 3rd and 6 for the Parrots at their own 21. And now we're ready to go with Billy Joe Johnson, the freshman, in at quarterback. Pistol formation, shotgun snap back for Johnson, stepping back, fires it, the ball is deflected and intercepted.
Wow.
Going up
wow.
to make that pick is number 99 for Grapevine, Devin Thomas, as that pass got batted at the line of scrimmage.
And who else? Dalton Knapp, number 41, runs
41, comes in
with that long body, tips the ball up in the air, and Devin Thomas, the nose guard, comes down with the interception.
Devin Thomas, very athletic defensive lineman, went up and high-pointed that ball and picked it off at the Poly 20. So 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the Parrot 20-yard line after the interception. Dalton Knapp continuing his great play from last week against Heritage, who Dalton Knapp was all over the field. Parker Polk in at tailback, 4 wide set. Shotgun snap back. Little quick throw out to Caden Cook. He makes the catch inside the 15, down to near the 10. Good block from Brady Wagner as they had the little bubble screen there. They're going to officially mark him down at the 11, so it'll be a gain of 9, 2nd and 1.
Yeah, just a quick little, like you said, quick screen. Get your receivers out there making some blocks and get a couple of yards. No issue there.
They had what people like to call 12 personnel in the game, but they were set up in a 4 wide set with both tight ends lining up in the slot. 2nd and 1 at the 11-yard line. Polk offset to the left of Baum here. Rondell Carradine comes in motion. Snap back, handoff to Parker inside the 5, and he will walk it into the corral for his 2nd touchdown of the night. Polk takes it in from 11 yards out, and the Mustangs are, as we talked about, they're focused, they're doing their job, and doing what they need to do here tonight.
Yeah, Carradine comes on that little bubble motion. Of course, he had the big reverse a week ago, so we have that on tape. They focus on him just a little bit because of that speed and allows Parker to go right up underneath the defense for an easy walk-in touchdown.
Hayden Rhodes on for the extra point. This will be his 3rd tonight. He connects. The kick is up. He hooked it, but he did get it through. Low line drive kick, but it went through that time, and it's 27-0 Grapevine. We'll take a break. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
They had 2 plays where the run in by number 4, Parker Polk.
Well, we're going to keep it here, actually.
Lean in to the values that got you here. No matter the storm, no matter the trouble. That's why at Classic Chevrolet, we'll never charge over MSRP. Not now, not ever. That's pricing true to Texas. It's the right way. This is Texas. This is Classic. Reserve yours now at the #1 Chevy dealer in the nation. Classic.
The kickoff is away. It bounces near the sideline, is picked up by Poly, and he steps out of bounds at the 18-yard line. As that time, it was number 6, Markalen Shepard, who picked that up off the bounce. It's kind of like the one that got recovered by Grapevine. It hit near the sideline and just bounced straight up in the air, and it's just like a dead bounce almost.
Yeah, they're certainly having trouble fielding that kick, and what Rhodes is doing is a great job of kicking it towards that angle of the sideline. So as a returner, you're not quite sure where it's going to land, and it's been landing in every time, luckily for him.
So the Parrots take over their own 18-yard line, 1st and 10. They come out in that stack I set up to the right of the quarterback, Diego Gonzalez, as we saw in a couple of possessions ago. And we're going to have a false start here. They were trying to do that same quarterback power play with those lead blockers in front. But we had a false start this time on Markalen Shepard, number 6, so that'll back it up 5 yards to the 13-yard line. Make it 1st and 15.
And that's going to hurt you, right? You want to come out and get a little bit of momentum if you're Poly, and to come out and get behind the chains right away on 1st down is going to make it a little difficult.
Kenyon Smith, number 21, in at 1 tailback in this setup. Along with the quarterback, number 2, Diego Gonzalez. Out at wide receiver, Jaden Johnson, number 9, and Ricky Promise, number 5. This time they go pistol, snap back, Diego rolls to his left, and he's got room to run up to the 15, 20, and finally knocked out of bounds by number 25, Hunter Lasher, but a really good gain on 1st down that time by the quarterback, Diego Gonzalez. He got the ball all the way out to the 22-yard line, a gain of 9 yards. That'll set up 2nd and 6 now for the Parrots.
Yeah, he did get a lot of yards, and Hunter had to come all the way from the other hash of the field, so a long way to go to make that tackle and keep him in 2nd and a little bit more than medium.
This quarter brought to you by our friends at 121 Community Church. 2nd and 6 for the Parrots at their own 22-yard line. Mustangs come out hot, 27-0 here in the 1st quarter. Pistol formation. Gonzalez this time takes a snap, fakes a handoff, rolls to his right, looking for room to run, and he's going to get wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. Drew Nelson was the first man to get to him, and the rest of his teammates came up and corralled Gonzalez behind the line of scrimmage back at the 18-yard line. The original line of scrimmage on this set of downs, a loss of 4, and that's going to make it 3rd and 10.
Yeah, it was good effort all the way around. There was a little bit of a zone read look to it. Hunter Lasher was the first one in. He bit on the running back, but then keeps his momentum, comes back and helps Drew Nelson to bring him down along with a host of other Grapevine defenders. And now you're in 3rd and long, and this is not within their wheelhouse, really.
Parrots at 3rd and 10 here, going to come out in a 4-wide formation, and we're going to have a timeout. There's a lot of confusion by the Parrot football team as to what they were running on that play, and they call timeout here with 2:45 to go in the 1st quarter. We'll take it with them. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Bottle Cap Alley is a place where hot food meets a cool vibe for big-time fun. We're the stomping grounds for friends and family to gather and enjoy themselves. Here, everybody is somebody. We take great pride in our food and the people we serve. So whether you're here to watch the game or just popping in for a quick bite, we're always happy to see you.
Do you feel your home is too humid and slightly musty? Do you have that room or side of the house you don't use because it's too hot or too cold? Do you have family members struggling with health issues?
Back here at Handley Field in Fort Worth, the Mustangs lead 27-0 over the Poly Parrots. The Parrots facing a 3rd and 10 at their own 18-yard line. Snap is back. Rolling to his right is the freshman quarterback, number 13, Billy Joe Johnson. He's trying to escape, and now he's going to get wrapped up behind the line. Hunter Lasher is in there along with Leighton Towery. Check that. It was 19 Leighton Towery and 99 Devin Thomas were the ones in there first.
Yeah, give Hunter credit because he came flying in. It was a good athletic play by the quarterback to make a miss, but he doesn't stop, right? This is what we see out of Grapevine week in and week out. They're motors. They continue on the play until it's over. Hunter turns back around and follows that quarterback and ends up getting in on the sack anyway. 3 plays in a row, he's been impactful. So good job, number 25, Hunter Lasher, here tonight, making an impact here in this first quarter.
Loss of 6 on the sack, 4th and 16. The Parrots will bring on the punt team. That was the freshman quarterback, Billy Joe Johnson. Parker Polk back to receive this punt at his own the Poly 47. And now the flags come in as it's going to be a delay of game. We'll back this up 5 yards as the play clock ran out. Poly was trying to get the right kids on the field. Again, from what I've been told, this has been a bit of a rough week for Poly. They've had to kind of condense the program this week, so they've probably got a lot of new kids figuring out new stuff as they've had to condense their freshmen and JV and have everybody form into one varsity team here.
And certainly thin here on the sideline as we look down. We are right above the home bench, and they just don't have the numbers close to what Grapevine does on their sideline.
Snap is back. The punt is away. It's a sideways spinner, and it was almost caught by Polk, but he got hit early that time. Made the fair catch at the 40, but he got run into by number 11, DeMason Johnson, right before the ball arrived. So the ball being on the ground is immaterial to anything else. It's going to be a kick-catch interference right around the 40, and that'll move it down to, let's see where they mark it from specifically, but it'll be around the 25-yard line where the Mustangs will take over this next possession.
I mean, you just can't do that. Even if Parker hadn't called for the fair catch, there's a halo. You can't hit the return man before he gets
home is too humid and slightly musty. Do you have that room or side of the house you don't use because it's too hot or too cold? Do you have family members struggling with health issues or allergies? Then contact Energy Attic and transform your living spaces by transforming your attic. Energy Attic uses a 3-part energy reduction system to make your home or office as comfortable and energy efficient as possible, saving you money, reducing your carbon footprint, and improving indoor air quality. Who doesn't want to save money, breathe cleaner air, and sleep better? Energy Attic helps improve your home climate.
Back here at Handley Field, after the abrupt commercial break, 1st and 10. Quick pass out to the far side, caught by Caden Cook inside the 20. Makes a man miss, but then is wrapped up by a gaggle of Parrot tacklers inside the 20 at about the 17-yard line. They started this possession at the 28 after the mark-off for the penalty. Caden Cook, with his second catch of the night, moved the chains. It's going to be officially a 12-yard catch down to the 16.
Easy read for Evan Baum that time. You have off coverage on the outside. You have inside leverage on the slot receiver. He runs a little 8-yard out route. The ball is thrown perfectly on time.
1st and 10, handoff to, the ball is kept by Baum, and nice open field tackle that time by one of the Poly Parrot defenders as Baum gets wrapped up at the 11 after only a 1-yard gain. I didn't see the number of the Poly defender who made the tackle there. I think it was number 17, Rayshawn Ellisher, but great job. Baum pulled the ball out of the gut of Reed Watkins and kept it on the speed option, and just a great open field tackle by the Poly defender at the 11. It's a gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
I thought Watkins had the ball. I was watching him run towards the end zone.
Offset pistol formation, snap back. This time Watkins does get the ball inside the 10, the 5, and is he into the end zone? No, he's just short. Great run by Reed Watkins again, gets 10 yards, but gets brought down just inside the 1-yard line. And that'll set up a 1st and goal as the clock's counting down. That may be the last play of the first quarter First and goal for the Mustangs at the 1. And the coaching staff's already telling the players to come on down to the sideline. That is going to do it for us here in the first quarter. The Mustangs come out and do what they need to do, taking care of business. They lead Poly 27-0. You are watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
I'm Kevin Hannigan, President of Prosperity Bank. We live by our promise to provide banking services our customers need with the excellent customer service they deserve, today and into the future. That's our Prosperity Bank promise.
At 121, we love our Mustang football, and we also love our students. We're so excited for an opportunity to come alongside parents and schools as we shape the next generation of leaders.
And we love to welcome you and your whole family on a Sunday morning and your students to join us on a Wednesday night.
Our students have fun while learning to love God through His Word and also love others through selfless service.
All right, enough about what we can do for you. Let's get back to the game. Go Mustangs!
The replay of Reed Watkins running down. He ran that ball so hard as he hit that hole.
Mustangs have the ball 1st and 10 at the 1-yard line. The ball is handed off to Watkins, and he'll walk it into the end zone, into the corral for the touchdown as they let him finish things off here on the first play of the second quarter. Watkins getting his first touchdown of the night to extend the lead further for Grapevine. That's Watkins' 4th touchdown of the season as the Mustangs finish off the 28-yard drive.
Yeah, fairly easy for them on that one. They hit the quick route, then they get a yard gain, then we get the big run by Watkins to get them inside the 1, and an easy 1-yard little scamper.
Hayden Rhodes on for the extra point. This one is up. It hits the upright and deflects off. Hayden's having a little bit of a rough night tonight. That one was also like the last one, a line drive kick. It hits off the left upright and bounces out. So 33-0 as Hayden Rhodes has uncharacteristically missed 2 extra points tonight. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
So I think one of the most important parts of dentistry is the patient education and the emphasis on preventive care. And I think our office, along with all of our hygienists, do a really great job in the patient care and patient education. We can fix problems all day long, but if the patient doesn't know what's causing those problems, then we're not giving them the tools to fix them. And so that's one of our main goals here at Fielder Park.
For 13 straight years, Forbes.com has named Prosperity as one of America's best banks. To Prosperity's customers and employees, thank you for helping us maintain this national distinction. Prosperity Bank, real bankers, not just a bank.
Hayden Rhodes lines it up, kicks it off, line drive. It's going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback. As the Mustangs are up 33-0, the only guy really struggling tonight a little bit is Hayden Rhodes. Very uncharacteristically, you see the replay of the Reed Watkins touchdown right there as he finished off the drive that he almost finished off right before the end of the first quarter with that touchdown run. And the Parrots taking over their own 25-yard line here on this possession.
Yeah, you said Rhodes on the struggle bus. He's over there kicking into the net now.
You said struggle bus.
I'm going to say struggle bus. He's over there kicking into the net. That's what I like to see. Going to try to get it together, and he'll have plenty more opportunities tonight, I'm sure.
Parrott offensive line's ready to go. Now here come the skill position players with the call of the play. It's going to be the freshman, Billy Joe Johnson, at quarterback. And now another second timeout having to be called by Poly as they couldn't get things set, ready to go quickly enough.
Not what you want. You don't want a timeout coming off of a timeout, right?
We'll call a quick commercial break here. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
guys, this is Jose with Infinity Solar. Today we're out here in McKinney, Texas. 48 panels, 18.24 kilowatts, which yearly they're gonna get a total production of 20,664 kilowatts. That's more production than they need, so the electrical company will be able to give them credit for some of that energy that they're gonna be saving. Today we have the Seal Fab panel. It's a US manufactured, comes with a 30-year warranty, some of the best warranty in the industry right now. A job this size usually takes companies 2 days to complete. We're gonna knock it out in 1 day. So that works great for our customers. That way they don't have to worry about taking 2 days off from work. They just have to take 1 day, maybe even half a day off their job. So we'll get this customer up and going, ready for the city inspection, and get them up and going with their system.
First and 10, and Polly goes deep with a shot, and it's caught inside the 45, inside the 40, down to the 36. A beautiful throw that time from the freshman, number 13, Billy Joe Johnson, off the play action, and he connects with his wide receiver, number 5, Ricky Promise, for a big gain into Grapevine territory. They mark him down at the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 37 yards.
That's just a great throw. Grapevine.
38 yards, sorry.
Caught falling asleep there on the back end, which is unusual for them. Their secondary usually very, very disciplined, and they just let a guy get behind them on that one.
Great throw by the young freshman right there, too. Dropped it right in the bucket over the top. First and 10 for Poly at the Grapevine 37-yard line. Shotgun snap back. It's a handoff on first down up the middle. Not really any room there for the running back, Jorge Ruiz, number 8, as he was wrapped up that time by number 95, Ty Hohenberger, the sophomore.
And number 3, C.J. Holmes. Second down.
No gain on first down as the Grapevine defensive front shutting down the run game. Second and 10 now at the 37 for Poly, after the biggest play of the game for the Parrot offense. 38-yard catch by Ricky Promise. Snap is back. Johnson rolling, and he's going to get sacked. He does get it off. It's caught at the 40 by number 8, Jorge Ruiz, but he's going to get dropped for a loss of a couple of yards. I tell you what, great job that time by Billy Joe Johnson, number 9, as he was starting to go down, was able to flip the ball to his running back, Jorge Ruiz. Unfortunately, he couldn't find any room to get away, but heads-up play there to avoid an even bigger loss.
Yeah, it's a good presence of mind, and when you have all those white jerseys around you, just to kind of flick it to the one guy there that's actually eligible in between a couple of offensive linemen. So good job both sides to have the presence of mind to get it out. Good job by the running back to know to catch that ball and try to get upfield a little bit.
And a nice job by the Mustang defense to not lose contain there and still get the loss. 3rd and 12. Snap is back to Johnson. He's going to take another deep shot. High arcing throw. That pass is incomplete. Great job by both sides there. C.J. Holmes on defense got up, got a hand on that ball. Diego Gonzalez was lined up at wide receiver that time. He tried to go up and bring it in after the ball was bounced around and couldn't quite bring it down. But, you know, Billy Joe Johnson, the freshman, just trying to give his man a chance, threw that ball up. Man, there was some arc on that bad boy.
Yeah, I mean, Johnson certainly has an arm, especially for a freshman. He's out here. He threw that ball about 40 yards in the air, and, you know, they tried to go up and high point it, but just a better job by the Grapevine defensive backfield to be able to get in and break that up. And you said that was
C.J. Holmes on coverage that time, yeah. 4th and 12. The Parrots are going to go ahead and go for this. Johnson going to take another shot. This one's overthrown and intercepted. C.J. Holmes goes up, makes the pick. It almost works like a short punt as he steps out. He catches it, makes the interception, and steps out at the 17-yard line. So it's almost like a 22-yard punt, which is probably what the Parrots were kind of thinking there. It's like, we'll just take a shot, and if we don't get it, we don't get it. But, you know, he kind of the same thing, tried to go up and hit Diego Gonzalez on a fade route.
Yeah, at some point you're going to have to look and see where you're throwing the ball, young man. I mean, he's got a good arm. He's a freshman. He's you know, obviously this is a big stage for him right now, but you know, that was about 2 passes in a row where he just kind of caught the snap and threw it in that direction.
These are things he'll learn.
Not paying attention to the defense whatsoever.
These are things he'll learn. He's a
sure
freshman.
will. He's a freshman.
So the Mustangs get the turnover on the interception, and right now you see Coach Coons talking to his young freshman, trying to coach him up, giving him a pat on the head, saying it's okay.
Use your brain, use your eyes, look at what you're doing. I love it.
1st and 10, snap is back. Harrison Hackbarth in at quarterback. Handoff to Parker Polk coming around the right side. Bounces off a couple of tacklers and finally gets knocked out of bounds at the 25-yard line after a gain of 8 yards. Hackbarth checking in to get his first series of the night.
Yeah, and it's nice. We figured we would see him throughout the evening. It's when you look at Parker run, we have yet to see him go get the full speed here tonight. You see him just kind of shuffling his feet, using that quickness to get his 4, 5, 6 yards at a pop. And wonder when we might see him get into the open field and let it loose one time.
2nd and 2 at the 25-yard line. Offset pistol formation here. Receiver to each side. Snap back to Hackbarth. That ball is a handoff coming up the middle. Not much room that time for Polk. He's only going to get about a yard. He's going to get stopped short of the first down.
Tackled by number 22.
Unusual to contain him. Good job by the Poly defense. I think they've seen quite enough, and now we're going to have a little bit of a line change as we get into a 3rd and 1. We got some tight ends coming in the game.
It was a gang tackle that time that included number 17, Rayshawn Ellisher, and then a couple of kids that we don't have names for. Number 22 and number 34 for Poly. But they stopped Parker for only 1 yard. Sets up a 3rd and a yard here. Split back set out of the shotgun this time. Snap is back. Handoff up the middle. And it's going to be a 1st down out across the 30 near the 35-yard line. Believe that's Reed Watkins. Yes, it is. Number 34 getting the handoff. Gets all the way out to the 35-yard line. So a gain of 9 for Watkins. Moves the chains at the 35-yard line.
Now you get a chance to reset. 1st and 10. Whole playbook is wide open. And really in no rush is Grapevine right now.
Darius Burns checks in at one wide receiver spot. Caden Cook on the far side along with Rondell Carradine. Split back shotgun set here on 1st down for Hackbarth. Carradine comes in motion, snap back, handoff, coming around the left side is number 24, DeMontrez Dunn. Finds a little bit of room out to the 40. Gain of about 5 yards here on 1st down. As Dunn gets his first carry of the night.
And we've talked about this, I know a couple weeks ago we talked about the stable of running backs that Grapevine.
So many guys that can carry the ball.
So many guys get to carry this ball, and then every single one of them is getting 4, 5, 6 yards each time they carry the football. So it's hard to stop them when they're on a roll like that.
This is Hackbarth's first action since the game against Northside a couple of weeks ago. 1st down, Hackbarth looking to throw. This time he's going to swing it out to Dunn. Makes the grab, makes a man miss at the 35 up to the 40. Now he breaks a tackle and steps out of bounds. He's going to be a little short of the 1st down. That was just a little relief valve pass. Hackbarth was looking downfield, didn't see what he wanted, so he just dumped it out in the flat to Dunn. Dunn did a really good job because Poly played that well. Had a man out there for behind the line of scrimmage, but he made that man miss and got all the way out to the 43. Only a gain of 3 yards, but that was a workman-like 3 yards.
Yeah, when you throw those checkdowns to your back, you want them, you expect them to at least make one man miss. What you don't expect is that they're going to make a man miss and then outrun 4 other guys to get close to 1st down yardage. So really nice job on that catch and run.
3rd and 2 now for the Mustangs. Wagner moves from the right to the left side of the formation. Snap is back. It's going to be a handoff up the middle to Watkins. He's got room to run. 40, 30, and he is going to walk this one into the corral. Reed Watkins is going to take it to the house. 57 yards on the scamper by Reed Watkins, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And it's a big one, as you were just talking about. It was Watkins this time who did it, but Grapevine finally popped one for big yardage in the run game.
Yeah, and they were coming right at us. We're sitting right here at the 50-yard line. We're nice and close to the field, and it's number 52, Alex Hogan, 6 foot, 220-pound offensive line senior that cleared the way for Watkins to get right through that hole, and then he used that speed to get down the sideline.
Nice block by Brady Wagner, pulling from the backside as well as a tight end. The extra point is up, and this one is a good solid kick by Hayden Rhodes this time. And with 6:19 to go in the first half, it's now 40-0 Grapevine. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Reed Watkins.
Hey, Mustang fans, have you been meaning to get to the dentist and it just keeps getting pushed back to the list for tomorrow? Well, today, let me introduce you to Dr. Chip Mercer in Fielder Park Dental, where they're creating and restoring beautiful smiles. They're a full-service dental office that provides everything from your basic dental cleanings to more advanced care like implants and Invisalign orthodontics. Online at fielderparkdental.com or call 817-275-4817 for an appointment. Conveniently located in North Arlington, Dr. Mercer's a proud Mustang dad. Fielderparkdental.com or call 817-275-4817.
Back here at Handley Field in Fort Worth, the kickoff is away from Hayden Rhodes. It is going to sail about 3 yards deep into the end zone for the touchback, and the Parrots will take over at their own 25-yard line. That drive was the longest of the game for Grapevine. It went 83 yards after the interception from C.J. Holmes. The last 57 came from Reed Watkins, his second touchdown of the night and fifth of the year, as he took one over the right side and found a bunch of open field turf in front of him and went 57 yards into the house.
He sure did. That was his longest run of the season, I imagine. And what a great job for him to get that corner and take off.
Yeah, he had that 87-yarder, remember?
87-yarder. I do remember that. How soon I forget. I'm old. I forget week to week, but great run. I love watching these running backs for Grapevine get it done.
This time on first down, Poly's going to go empty on first down. Billy Joe Johnson, the freshman, flicks one out, caught out past the 25 up to about the 28 by Diego Gonzalez, as they're trying to spread out the Grapevine defense and see if they can open up some space for some of these skill position guys to run in.
I love that name, Billy Joe Johnson.
Billy Joe Johnson, yep.
What a great name. What a great name to play football. Billy Joe Johnson.
And now we've had a stoppage of play. We had a Poly player slow to get up, and he is going to go ahead and come off the field here. It's number 1, the sophomore. He goes by N2G is what he wants everybody to call him. He's got a very long and interesting last name that I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce, but he likes to go by N2G.
I love that he has his own nickname.
He does.
And it travels.
Probably had to come up
as
one
a sophomore.
Probably had to come up with one when he was young because of the name.
Sounds like a race car.
2nd and 7. Johnson getting pressured. He's going to get sacked. That pocket collapsed almost immediately, and he got hit by Tyler Mears right in the grill as multiple Grapevine players got into the backfield that time and dropped him for about a 1.5-yard loss. Actually, they're going to just say it was a yard loss back at the 27-yard line to set up 3rd and 8.
Yeah, you watch it, hear the replay. He steps up into the pocket, and he steps right into Tyler Mears, unfortunately for him. And that's not who you want to step into, I'll tell you what, Jacob.
And he had to step up because Leighton Tower and Devin Thomas were coming from either side to try to collapse around him. There was actually a flag for an illegal formation on that play, and it said they were taking it, but actually, yeah, I was just thinking to myself, I wouldn't think Grapevine would want to take that penalty, and they're not. They're going to decline it because they got a sack on 2nd down. So,
well, you get the sack and you get the loss of down. If you take the penalty, they get to run 2nd down over again.
On an illegal formation?
They would get to run that play over again. That play would never have happened.
Right.
So it would still be 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
Because it is, but they moved the ball back anyway, and they're going to have to the referees have messed this whole thing up.
I guess so, because it says 3rd down right over there.
It says 3rd and 14, and that's not right. The snap goes over the head of Johnson, but he falls on it well the way back at the 10, so it's going to be a big loss, and it's going to force a punt from Poly. That snap was kind of high and went off the fingertips of Billy Joe Johnson, and unfortunately for him, he is slow to get up after he got piled on diving on that ball. Hope the young man is okay. He had, as he went to go back to cover that ball, 2 Grapevine players fell on top of him. So the trainers are going to tend to him. Let's go ahead and take a quick break as they tend to the young freshman. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football here on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Do you feel your home is too humid and slightly musty? Do you have that room or side of the house you don't use because it's too hot or too cold? Do you have family members struggling with health issues or allergies? Then contact Energy Attic and transform your living spaces by transforming your attic. Energy Attic uses a 3-part energy reduction system to make your home or office as comfortable and energy efficient as possible, saving you money, reducing your carbon footprint, and improving indoor air quality. Who doesn't want to save money, breathe cleaner air, and sleep better? Energy Attic helps improve your home climate control, reduces those cold and hot pockets, makes it more comfortable throughout, and saves you up to 40% on your energy bill. It's fast and easy to schedule your free Energy Attic audit. Simply visit energyattic.com and fill out the form. Virtual appointments are available as well. Now is the time to get your project started, so let Energy Attic show you how much you can love the comfort of your home. energyattic.com. Attic solutions to transform your life.
I'm Kevin Hannigan.
Billy Joe Johnson came off under his own power, so hopefully that young man is okay after he got landed on recovering that fumbled snap. The snap on the punt is over the head of Jorge Ruiz and out of the back of the end zone. That'll be a safety for the Mustangs. They've had a couple of snap issues tonight. They had one on a punt that Ruiz rolled back to him and went under his legs. He was able to recover that one and get the punt away. But that time, that one just sailed over his head. He had no real shot to get that one.
No shot whatsoever. Just, yeah, like you said, over his head. It's almost better for him it went over his head, because had he caught that, I don't know that ball was going to be able to get off his foot. Grapevine was in there pretty quickly, and it's unfortunate they had a new punt returner.
Yeah, they had Caden Cook. Yeah, I noticed that. I just didn't get a chance to say anything. Caden Cook was back to receive that punt that time.
I was looking forward to see what Caden was going to do. We always see Parker back there.
So now it'll be a free kick for Poly from the 20. It's now 42-0. That safety kind of making up for the 2 missed extra points.
Back to receive number 3, C.J. Holmes.
The Mustangs.
And 21, Rondale Carradine.
Little pooch kick here. It's caught and returned by Sammy Kelly, and he gets all the way down inside the 30. Almost broke that one all the way. Got down to the 26-yard line that time, so Sammy Kelly with the solid return, setting up his offense in plus territory at the Poly 26.
No fair catch for him, huh?
No.
Yeah, he's not going to fair catch that. He's going to pick it up, and he's going to get as many yards as he can.
Yeah, Sammy Kelly on the kickoff team is one of the upbacks typically, and he caught that pooch kick and had room to run. They actually mark him down at the 27, which is where this Mustang possession will start. Harrison Hackbarth back in at quarterback for his second consecutive possession. He's got C.J. Moore behind him, C.J. Holmes behind him at tailback. They're going to go speed option on first down, and Hackbarth pitches it. It's behind Holmes, and he's able to get on top of it. Wow. Hackbarth waited a little bit late to pitch that one that time. He didn't pitch it till he had a guy basically on his legs, and I think that caused the pitch to go behind Holmes. Holmes tried to keep his stride and kind of reach behind him and one-hand that, and that didn't go real well.
Well, a good job just to maintain possession of this football if you're Grapevine. What you don't want to see now, and we're not saying that this is going to happen after one play, what you don't want to see is start getting into some sloppy type of area. You want to continue to be playing at a high level, and execution is key right now. You want to continue to execute all of your plays correctly. Just a mistake there on the pitch.
Officially no gain on first down. 2nd and 10 now. Offset pistol. It's a handoff to Holmes. He's got room to run inside the 25. 20 flag is down. He's going to get tackled after a gain of about 10 yards, but I think this one's coming back with a holding penalty, and that is the initial call from the head linesman here on the near side. Looks like a downfield hold around the 22, so it won't be a full 10-yard penalty, but it will take the ball. It will take the ball backwards for Grapevine.
So you have the mishandled or the mispitch. You lose a couple of yards there. Now you have a holding call. You'll be back 2nd and long.
Now it's only the first penalty of the night.
First penalty of the night
for Grapevine. So,
and you can't control that. Holding happens. Holding's going to get called. There's not a lot you can do to control that.
And a downfield hold is typically a wide receiver or possibly a tight end. No, actually it was Braden Johnson, number 72.
Now he stepped in tonight.
He's stepping in tonight. Yep, for Hunter Caudle, and that's a second level hold. So he got out to the second level and just grabbed somebody.
I was going to say, at least he's downfield. He's putting paws on somebody downfield. I love that.
Looks like they marked that officially from the 22-yard line, so it ends up being a 5-yard penalty. 2nd and 15, but it did wipe out a 10-yard run for C.J. Holmes. Offset pistol formation on 2nd and 15. Snap back. Hand off to Watkins going up the middle. Not finding a lot of room. Gets brought down at about the 28-yard line that time. Tackled by Wasaidi, number 3, the sophomore, as he made a nice open field tackle on Watson after only a 3-yard gain.
Probably got away with that one because I'll tell you what, the quarterback Hackbarth, he snapped the ball, then caught an extra defender on the field, but the flag was not thrown on Pauly for too many men.
3rd and 12 now. Hackbarth back to throw. He's going to fire one out. The ball is deflected and intercepted. Great job there by the Poly Parrots that time, as stepping into the passing lane was number 6, the sophomore Markalen Shepard. He got up, got his hands on it, and deflected it. And then the pass, I believe, was picked off by number 2, Diego Gonzalez, who's out there playing both ways. And so the Mustangs, after getting good possession off the free kick, get turned back on their first turnover of the night.
Just a real sloppy series altogether. You know, you had the first play mishap, a penalty. Yeah, then you have the throw there where it gets tipped because you threw it a little bit too far inside on the curl route. Got to be a little bit sharper than that. I guarantee they're going to talk about that at halftime because Coach Alexander is not going to like a sloppy series in the first half. Give
credit, though, to the sophomore Markalen Shepard. He came off his man short, read the eyes of the quarterback, came off his man and got into the passing lane and got up and got his hands on that ball to cause the interception.
Well, Pauly has a few athletes out here, a few guys that are tall and lengthy and can cause some issues for sure.
For 1st and 10, Poly, they take over at their own 18-yard line after the pick. They go pistol formation, snap back. Busted play, Diego Gonzalez trying to find somebody to throw to, and he just throws it out of bounds as he gets hit by Leighton Towery, as that play was busted from the get-go as he ran into his running back, Jorge Ruiz, as he turned backwards. I think that was going to be a play action anyway, but that the bump in the backfield just threw the timing off of everything.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to boot left right from the snap, and the running back just didn't get out of the way and boot with him. Looked like just a little miscommunication. Of course, we have a new quarterback in now.
Yeah, Diego Gonzalez back in at quarterback. He played some early in the first quarter, but he's back in there now after the injury to Billy Joe Johnson. And we've seen, Gonzalez has got some speed to burn out here. Haven't seen him really throw much. 2nd and 10 now. He did do a good job, however, of after that busted play, getting out of the pocket and getting rid of the ball to avoid a sack.
He did.
Timeout has been called here. It's the last one of the half for the Poly Parrots. We'll take it with them. 42-0 Grapevine, 2:42 to go here in the first half. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Hey, Mustang fans, have you been meaning to get to the dentist and it just keeps getting pushed back to the list for tomorrow? Well, today, let me introduce you to Dr. Chip Mercer in Fielder Park Dental, where they're creating and restoring beautiful smiles. They're a full-service dental office that provides everything from your basic dental cleanings to more advanced care like implants and Invisalign orthodontics. Online at fielderparkdental.com or call 817-275-4817 for an appointment. Conveniently located in North Arlington, Dr. Mercer's a proud Mustang dad. Fielderparkdental.com or call 817-275-4817.
We're back here at Handley Field, 2nd and 10 for the Parrots at their own 18-yard line. 2:41 to go in the first half. Snap back. Gonzalez rolling to his left on the play action. He's going to fire one deep downfield, and that pass is tipped and intercepted. C.J. Holmes, his second interception of the night. He's got room to run inside the 35, down to the 30, and he's finally brought down. Great job that time, and now a late flag comes in. That time, Gonzalez, the quarterback, was trying to get the ball to number 3, Wasaidi, his wide receiver. That pass came out of his hand a little funky and wobbled, and that allowed C.J. Holmes to play it really nicely, deflect it up in the air, and then pick it off for his second pick of the evening.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's hard when you're a right-handed quarterback to boot to your left and then get those hips flipped around and make an accurate throw down the left sideline, which is what he tried to do there. And I thought Sadie had a chance. He had both hands on the ball, but C.J. Holmes literally took the ball away from him, just took the ball out of his hands and took off the other way.
CJ returned that ball about 18 yards down to the 31, and we're going to tack on 15 more as there was a face mask penalty on the tackle by number 9, Jaden Johnson. So CJ Holmes' his second interception of the night sets the Mustangs up about where they turned the ball over. It's going to be at the Poly Parrots 16 here, 1st and 10, 2:25 to go in the first half. Hackbarth still in at quarterback. Watkins in at tailback behind him in the pistol. Snap is back, handoff to Watkins. He breaks a tackle inside the 10, busting it over to the sideline and finally knocked out of bounds at the 6. It's going to be a 10-yard gain and a 1st and goal. Reed Watkins showing some strength right there as he broke a tackle about a yard behind the line of scrimmage.
Reed Watkins is running like a man possessed out there. He breaks another tackle, and then he gets to full speed so quickly and gets upfield, and he's delivering hits to the defenders. They are not delivering the hits to him right now.
And now we're going to move it half the distance to the goal. There was a personal foul, I guess, right at the end of the play on the Poly defense. So move it to the 3-yard line, and it'll be 1st and goal. Same personnel package out there with Hackbarth at quarterback, Watkins at tailback. Snap is back, and it's off the hands of Hackbarth. He's rolling to his right now, just trying to do something, and he gets blasted way behind the line of scrimmage. That ball's going to be all the way back at the 12, 13-yard line as Hackbarth got hit by a group of Poly defenders, including number 3, Wasaidi Saidi. As that snap just went off the hands of Hackbarth. It was a little high, but definitely one that could have been corralled.
Yeah, that's unfortunate that you're gonna have that happen and lose all those yards, and now you're back in 2nd and long.
Yeah, 10-yard loss.
Goal from the long 14-yard line.
Yep, 2nd and long. Handoff to Watkins. He gets inside the 10. There was a face mask there that got missed as Watkins got inside the 10 down to, well, they're going to mark him down at the 10-yard line, so it's only a gain of 3, but as he was running through the hole, one of the Poly defenders got a hold of his face mask and turned his head sideways, but the officials didn't see it.
Certainly looked that way.
DeMontrez Dunn was in the backfield that time along with Watkins. 3rd and goal now, back at the 10-yard line. It's not been a good couple of series, unfortunately, for young Mr. Hackbarth.
3rd down, Poly, make some noise.
3rd and goal from the 10. They're going to go split back this time with Dunn and Watkins. 3 wides. Snap is back. Handoff to Dunn. Inside the 10. Bouncing forward inside the 5. And he's going to get brought down at about the 4-yard line. Grapevine choosing to keep things on the ground here on this possession, even with the long yardage.
And they're going to go for it. They're bringing in a couple of extra tight ends.
Work on their 4th down package here.
Why not?
4th and goal at the 4 after the 6-yard gain by DeMontrez Dunn. We're down to 30 seconds here in the first half. Only one wide receiver split out to the far side of the field. It's Sammy Kelly. Snap is back. Handoff to Watkins, and he walks it into the corral for his 3rd touchdown of the night.
Well, that's a great job by the entire offensive line, but let's point out number 71, and I believe that's Max Livingston. He had such a nice – Travis Mason. Travis Mason leads the way. You can see he had his man all the way to the back of the end zone as he led, and Sammy ran right behind him. Great job.
Watkins was his 3rd touchdown of the evening. This one from 4 yards out. 18 seconds to go here in the first half.
Reed. I said Sammy Watkins. Reed Watkins.
You did. Sammy Kelly. It's Reed Watkins and Sammy Kelly. The extra point is up and good, as that time coming in to kick the extra point for Grapevine was number 80, Tate Scarborough, who's typically the holder. Sammy Kelly was holding on that, and Tate boots it up through the uprights. It's 49-0, 18 seconds to go here in the first half. This is Grapevine Mustangs football on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Hey guys, this is Jose with Infinity Solar. Today we're out here in McKinney, Texas. 48 panels, 18.24 kilowatts, which yearly they're gonna get a total production of 20,664 kilowatts. That's more production than they need, so the electrical company will be able to give them credit for some of that energy that they're gonna be saving. Today we have the SealFab panel. It's a US manufactured, comes with a 30-year warranty, some of the best warranty in the industry right now. A job this size usually takes companies 2 days to complete. We're gonna knock it out in 1 day. So that works great for
The kickoff is away. It's caught at the goal line. Running up the near side to the 15, 20, out past the 25 to the 27. Solid return. Helmet pops off on the tackle at the end of the play, but a very solid return that time by number 6 for Poly. That is Markalen Shepard, as he gets it all the way out to the 27-yard line, but we do have a Poly football player down on the far side of the field around the 20-yard line as he's getting treated to over there. So while they attend to him, we'll go ahead and take another quick break here. This is Grapevine Mustangs football presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Lean in to the values that got you here. They don't change, no matter the storm, no matter the trouble. When the time comes to sell your vehicle, we'll buy it for full market value, not a penny less. That's pricing true to Texas. It's the right way. This is Texas. This is classic. True market value for your vehicle. Classic Chevrolet. Relax and enjoy the difference.
So I think one of the most important parts of dentistry is the patient education and the emphasis on preventive care. And I think our office, along with all of our hygienists, do a really great job in the patient care and patient education. We can fix problems all day long, but if the patient doesn't know what's causing those problems, then we're not giving them the tools to fix them. And so that's one of our main goals here at Field Park.
Back here at Handley Field in East Fort Worth, where the Mustangs lead the Poly Parrots by a score of 49-0, and the young man for Poly who was injured is just now getting up to his feet, which is a good thing to see. And he is being, by the medical personnel and trainers, being led over to the far sideline where they can get him checked out. It is number 11, DeMason Johnson, and he is a little woozy. They're going to check him out over on the far side of the field.
It's good to see him up.
Yeah, it is good to see him up and walking off. Parrots have the ball at their own 28-yard line. Only 11 seconds to go here in the first half. This quarter been brought to you by our friends at Fielder Park Dental. As the Parrots probably going to be the last play of the first half here. And for the most part, the Mustangs have done what they needed to do. A couple mistakes here and there, but overall have come in tonight and really taking care of business.
They have since the first start. They've been focused. They have not been sloppy. A few sloppy plays here and there late in the first half, but otherwise.
And here's a good sign. Billy Joe Johnson, the freshman, back out at quarterback for this play. Shotgun snap back. He's rolling to his left, and he is just going to run this out of bounds and around the 30-yard line with 5 seconds to go. Still got a bit of a limp going. He may have stepped on somebody's foot on the sideline as he was running out of bounds. And he is going to check out and let Diego Gonzalez check in at quarterback. He was running with a little bit of a hitch when he was coming towards the sideline here. Looked like maybe he was trying to give it a go with whatever was ailing him.
Yeah, he keeps pointing down towards his shin. I don't know if it's maybe a high ankle sprain.
Could be an ankle issue, and you wonder, like I said, when he was coming to the sideline, it looked like he may have stepped on somebody's foot and maybe re-aggravated it.
Certainly does not look comfortable.
4-yard gain out to the 32. Now there's 5 seconds left to go here in the half. Prosperity Bank halftime show will be coming up here in just a little bit. We'll have the Grapevine Mustang Phillies, and we have a flag come in. We're going to have a delay of game. Looks like the play clock ran out. So back it up 5 yards. We'll have the Mustangs Phillies drill team with their routine for you. We'll also have the Grapevine Mustang marching band for you here at halftime. That moves the ball back to the 28-yard line. This will be the last play of the half.
A lot to do with 1 second left, right, Jacob?
Yeah. Diego Gonzalez in the shotgun. Markalen Shepard in the pistol behind him at tailback. High snap over the head of Johnson. He just gets back and covers it up. Diego Gonzalez back at the 8-yard line. Had multiple high snaps tonight coming out of that shotgun formation for Poly, and that's going to do it for the first half. Mustangs do what they needed to do. They come out and do the work on both sides of the ball. They lead 49-0 as we go to the half. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have the Prosperity Bank halftime show for you. This is Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Do you feel your home is too humid and slightly musty? Do you have that room or side of the house you don't use because it's too hot or too cold? Do you have family members struggling with health issues or allergies? Then contact Energy Attic and transform your living spaces by transforming your attic. Energy Attic uses a 3-part energy reduction system to make your home or office as comfortable and energy efficient as possible, saving you money, reducing your carbon footprint, and improving indoor air quality. Who doesn't want to save money, breathe cleaner air, and sleep better? Energy Attic helps improve your home climate control, reduces those cold and hot pockets, makes it more comfortable throughout, and saves you up to 40% on your energy bill. It's fast and easy to schedule your free Energy Attic audit. Simply visit energyattic.com and fill out the form. Virtual appointments are available as well. Now is the time to get your project started, so let Energy Attic show you how much you can love the comfort of your home. energyattic.com. Attic solutions to transform your life.
I'm Kevin Hannigan, President of Prosperity Bank. We live by our promise to provide banking services our customers need with the excellent customer service they deserve, today and into the future. That's our Prosperity Bank promise.
Living in North Texas provides all of us with an amazing quality of life, including an affordable cost of living, outstanding schools, unbelievable cultural opportunities, and the best sports around. But we also have to put up with severe storms. Hi folks, Champion Sports Radio President and Founder Thomas Lee here to tell you when a hail or windstorm comes through your neighborhood, do what we did and call Greenleaf Roofing. Greenleaf Roofing is a fully insured, locally owned and operated company built on the values of amazing craftsmanship, affordable options, and innovative solutions. And they are proud that those values still stand as a foundation for their business today. And did I mention Greenleaf Roofing has 24-hour emergency service available? It's nice to know Greenleaf Roofing will be there in a hurry if you need them. After the first experience, I became a customer for life and have used them on 3 different homes. But don't just take my word for it. Learn about the Greenleaf Roofing difference yourself by calling them at 972-379-9109 or go online to greenleaf-roofing.com to find out how you can get your free quote. Greenleaf Roofing, the #1 choice for all your roofing needs.
Here at Handley Field, it is the Prosperity Bank halftime show. Jacob Dedamore and Tim Smith here with you. Your score at halftime, the Grapevine Mustangs all over the Poly Parrots by a score of 49-0. And right now here on the Prosperity Bank halftime show, we're going to take it down to the field for you so you can watch and listen to the sights and sounds of Friday Night Lights as the Mustang Phillies dance team and the Grapevine Mustang marching band perform their halftime routine.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to Halftime Mustang Style. For your halftime entertainment, Grapevine High School is proud to present the award-winning Fabulous Philly Officers in the Grand Entry Performance. The Philly Social Officers from left to right are Lieutenant Katie Benson, First Lieutenant Emily O'Neill, Captain Avery Miller, Lieutenant Claire Phillips, Lieutenant Lexi Jackson. Philly Social Officers are President Rhea Srinivasan, Vice President Ella Crenshaw, Philanthropy Chair Molly Hilton, Chancellor Emily Daniel, Secretary Haley Munoz, Historian Sarah Randolph, and Social Media Administrator Kathleen Mediloon. Field, the Grapevine Fabulous Phillies dance team. The Phillies are under the direction of Christy Hansen, assisted by Amanda Birch. This week's staff recognition is Aaron Carroll. We appreciate your support of the Phillies. Thank you for all you do. This week's Spirit Girl is Ashlyn Belcher. Rookie of the Week is Heidi Linhart. And our Philly Honor Girl is Aubrey Alexander. The Phillies will be performing a high-energy jazz routine to Bang Bang. And those are our fabulous Phillies! The Phillies wish to extend a special thank you to our sponsors, Live Song Studio, the Jason Ridley Agency, Mooyah Colleyville, Smart Bronze, Greenlight Driving Academy, Terra Costa. And remember, go Grapevine! Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the Grapevine High School Marching Band. Grapevine show tonight is entitled Elements of Design, Line, Shape, Color. Musical selections include the following: Concerto Fantasy 2000 by Phil Glass, Real Rain by Randy Newman, and Silver Fanfare by Peter Boyer. Grapevine High School is proud to present drum majors Audrey Leckie, Nandini Senthil Kumar, and the Grapevine Mustang Band. That's the Grapevine High School Mustang Band. The Mustang Band is under the direction of William Red and James Reese. Assistant directors include Brooke Irby, Richard Drury, Justin Draper, and Austin Von Callow. The Mustang Band's corporate sponsors include Super Service Incorporated, Turner Fortune Real Estate.
That was the Grapevine Mustang Phillies and the Grapevine Mustang Marching Band. We're going to take a break here. When we come back, we'll have more of the Prosperity Bank halftime show for you. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football presented by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club, where the Mustangs lead the Poly Parrots 49-0. This is Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
I'm Kevin Hannigan, president of Prosperity Bank. We live by our promise to provide banking services our customers need with the excellent customer service they deserve, today and into the future. That's our Prosperity Bank promise.
Here at Fielder Park Dental, relieving dental anxiety is the objective of our entire office staff. It starts from the person that answers their very initial call, all the way through to the doctor that's providing treatment. A warm, friendly voice that's patient-centered, focused on what the patient's concerns are, is the very first place that we try to alleviate anxiety. All the way through to when the patient arrives, we have taken very good care of welcoming them and then bringing them out and making them feel like they're a part of the family. Because in this office, they actually are once they're here. And so when they come back to the back of the office to the treatment chairs, their anxiety level is already lower. Now, when I walk in the room, I understand it goes up a little bit, but then I try to use a friendly tone with them and try to help them feel like they're in control. They can say stop at any point. To me, it's more relational than it is any small little pill we can give them or nitrous oxide. We can do those things, but to me, we can lower that anxiety level way before we ever get to that.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
This is freedom, a uniquely American way of life, where values are shaped by heavy lifting. This is Texas. This is America. This is Classic. Get the freedom to choose. Like Texas, Classic leads the way. The largest selection of Silverados at the #1 Chevrolet dealership in the nation. Reserve yours now at Classic Chevrolet. Relax and enjoy the difference.
For 13 straight years, Forbes.com has named Prosperity as one of America's best banks. To Prosperity's customers and employees, thank you for helping us maintain this national distinction. Prosperity Bank. Real bankers, not just a bank.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Back here at Handley Field, your halftime score here on the Prosperity Bank Halftime Show. The Grapevine Mustangs lead the Poly Parrots by a score of 49-0. Jacob Dedamore back here with Tim Smith. We do have one other result in district play tonight in 4-5A Division II. Last night, Arlington Heights blew out Trimble Tech to move to 6-0 on the season and 3-0 in district. And Wyatt has already defeated Northside tonight by a score of 47-20 there. So the Wyatt Chaparrals are now 5-1 on the season, 2-1 in district play. The Mustangs are about 24 minutes away from equaling that mark, at least an overall record, but also moving back into a tie atop the district standings at 3-0. The other game going on in the district right now, Heritage is bouncing back nicely. They're taking on Southwest High School out of Fort Worth ISD, and the score I had there was 28-0 Heritage at the half, so they've bounced back nicely from last week's defeat at the hands of Grapevine. Some numbers from this first half here, Tim. Obviously all in favor of Grapevine. The snap issues have kind of skewed the stats a little bit as officially, well, I say officially, according to the stat sheet we have, Poly has a total yardage total of -1. And that's mainly with a lot of the, we had a couple of bad snaps that led to sacks. We had one that led to the safety. So big yardage losses there. They did have 40 yards passing from the freshman quarterback, Billy Joe Johnson, but he did throw 2 interceptions for Grapevine. At least with, for the most part, it's been all gravy. Evan Baum, 4 of 4 passing, 82 yards and a touchdown in that first half. He didn't play the entire second quarter. It was all Harrison Hackbarth in the second quarter. On the ground, Reed Watkins leading the way. He's got 8 carries for 99 yards and 3 scores. Parker Polk, 8 carries for 53 yards and 2 touchdowns. And C.J. Holmes also with a touchdown on the ground with 4 carries for 13 yards. Sammy Kelly has the 1 touchdown through the air tonight. 2 grabs for 38 yards. Brady Wagner had that nice 32-yard catch on the wheel route that we saw in the first half. And then a nice catch from Caden Cook for 12 yards. But, really, it's been, as we talked about in the pregame, it's been come in here, play focused, do your job, take care of business, and that's what the Mustangs have done.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of sloppy play tonight. We've seen exactly what we thought. We've seen the good running game from the entire stable of running backs so far. We've seen some good passes. We haven't seen a lot of passing. We may see a little bit more in the second half, but I kind of assume that we'll continue to run the ball. Hackbarth may finish the game. We haven't seen Evan Baum for quite some time. So we'll see. I mean, we see Coach Alexander a lot of times will bring his starters back to start a third quarter and set that tone, and maybe we get to see some of that. I would imagine we may
see some of that just to get because you still want to get your guys reps.
Yes, absolutely. You still want to get reps. What I like so far, and I'm sure coaches liked, is that the reps that we're getting, especially from our number ones and our number twos, have been solid reps and have been exactly what we would expect as we're planning for the game and watching the film. And so from that standpoint, I think everything is, as you say, gravy right now for Grapevine, and they just need to continue to do that here in the second half. And what you want to avoid is a second half letdown to where you don't feel good about yourself coming out of this game.
Most definitely. And, this is – you're starting to lead into we're getting into the heart of district play now. This is week 3 in district action. Next week, the Mustangs will be back at home taking on Southwest, who Heritage is playing tonight. And then you've got the rest of the Fort Worth schools from there on, looking forward to matchups against O.D. Wyatt and Arlington Heights coming up down the stretch, with those, which that's where your district championship is going to be decided, is in 2 of those last 3 weeks. They're going to have the game against Wyatt. It'll be a Thursday night affair, so you're going to have a bit of a short week of prep for that, and that's going to be a road game, and then back at home to play Arlington Heights for your final home game of the season. So this is one of those where we talked about you don't want any kind of sloppiness or letdown in intensity because you've got tougher games coming up.
Absolutely. I mean, this is a glorified practice at this point when you get to the second half of a blowout game like this. So make every rep count. Get your younger guys some reps that you may need to count on later on in the year, especially with short week games, as you've pointed out, against Wyatt coming up soon. So everything that you're doing now is geared towards that district championship and tears toward getting yourself in a good position come playoff time.
The Poly band just finished up their routine here at the half, so we'll go ahead and take another break with them as we get things going, keep things going here on the Prosperity Bank halftime show. Your halftime score, Grapevine 49, Poly nothing. You are watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
I'm Kevin Hannigan, president of Prosperity Bank. We live by our promise to provide banking services our customers need with the excellent customer service they deserve, today and into the future. That's our Prosperity Bank promise.
At 121, we love our Mustang football, and we also love our students. We're so excited for an opportunity to come alongside parents and schools as we shape the next generation of leaders.
And we love to welcome you and your whole family on a Sunday morning and your students to join us on a Wednesday night.
Our students have fun while learning to love God through His Word and also love others through selfless service.
All right, enough about what we can do for you. Let's get back to the game. Go Mustangs!
Hey guys, this is Jose with Infinity Solar. Today we're out here in McKinney, Texas. 48 panels, 18.24 kilowatts, which yearly they're going to get a total production of 20,664 kilowatts. That's more production than they need, so the electrical company will be able to give them credit for some of that energy that they're going to be saving. Today we have the SIL-FAB panel. It's a US manufactured, comes with a 30-year warranty, some of the best warranties in the industry right now. A job this size usually takes companies 2 days to complete. We're going to knock it out in 1 day. So that works great for our customers. That way they don't have to worry about taking 2 days off from work. They just have to take 1 day, maybe even half a day off their job. So we'll get this customer up and going, ready for the city inspection, and get them up and going with their system.
For 13 straight years, Forbes.com has named Prosperity as one of America's best banks. To Prosperity's customers and employees, thank you for helping us maintain this national distinction. Prosperity Bank, real bankers, not just a bank.
Lean in to the values that got you here. They don't change, no matter the storm, no matter the trouble. When the time comes to sell your vehicle, we'll buy it for full market value, not a penny less. Lean in to the values that got you here. They don't change, no matter the storm, no matter the trouble. When the time comes to sell your vehicle, we'll buy it for full market value, not a penny less. That's pricing true to Texas. It's the right way. This is Texas. This is classic. True market value for your vehicle. Classic Chevrolet. Relax and enjoy the difference.
Back here at Handley Field, the Prosperity Bank halftime show. Grapevine leading Poly by a score of 49-0. Team starting to get warmed up down on the north end of the stadium, and they'll be coming back out on the field shortly. It's going to be interesting to see how the Mustang coaches, Jacob Dedamore here along with Tim Smith, by the way, Jake, it's going to be real interesting to see how the Mustang coaches handle this second half personnel-wise, given the situation, the score of the game. I do believe that we will see the starters coming out in the third quarter, if for no other reason, just to make sure that they stay sharp, get their work in, and have clean reps. After that, I think a series or two, I think, for the starters here in the third quarter, and then I think we'll start seeing more of the reserves for the Mustangs.
Yeah, it's always important. You go into the locker room, you make your adjustments, and then at least from an offensive perspective, you want your quarterback to go out and then execute the adjustments that you've made. So I think we see Coach Alexander do this all the time. He'll start with his ones in the third quarter and then slowly start to work in some of the reserve guys. So I think you're right there. We're going to see the starters come out offensively and defensively, set the tone, and then let some of these younger kids and reserve players come in and get some time and get some needed experience as we continue through district play headed towards the playoffs.
Yeah, as we look at the district standings, we are starting to see a little bit of separation. We talked about the Arlington Heights Yellow Jackets at 3-0, undefeated overall this season at 6-0. The Chaparrals got a win earlier today. They had a late afternoon start against Northside today, and they took down the Steers in pretty dominating fashion, 47-20. That tells me a lot about an O.D. Wyatt football team, because we've seen Northside. We know Northside has some athletes and has some guys, especially on offense, that can do some things. And for O.D. Wyatt to really just kind of control them tells me that O.D. Wyatt group is probably a little bit improved over last year.
Yeah, Northside 66-0 over this Poly team a week ago. So obviously they do have something on the offensive side and defensive to hold that shutout, because Poly does have athletes out here. So it's going to be interesting when those two teams face off here later on.
So Wyatt is now 2-1. They're a game behind Arlington Heights in the district race. Now Arlington Heights already knocked off O.D. Wyatt last week. 28-15 was the final in that one. But Wyatt's 5-1 overall. Heritage right now is in full control over Southwest over at Mustang Panther Stadium. They're up 28-0 at the half. They look like they're well on their way to going to 4-2 on the season, and they will also be up at 2-1 in district play. Again, for people who don't remember, 4 teams per district make the playoffs, so we're starting to see things kind of take shape in how this district race may start to play out.
Yeah, it's going to get interesting as we go down the stretch, as it did a year ago, no doubt.
Mustangs getting loose in the north end zone as well. We don't know exactly what happened. We got told at halftime that apparently their locker room flooded. I'm not really sure what happened over there. Yeah, don't really sure what the cause of that was, but something happened that there was some flooding in the Grapevine locker room, the visitors' locker room here at Handley.
That sounds
Field.
Disgusting, Jacob.
Well, I mean, it depends on what it was that was flooding.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Just, one thing could be very nasty. One thing could be just like, okay, a bunch of water, As long as there's not extra things with the water, then you'll be fine.
Well, now they're out here. They got the big horse head up. They
got Bam over there.
Looks
with the
like
eyes
they'll
blinking,
be going.
Yeah,
they'll be going through Bam here in a minute. I love those red eyes. Just looks so ominous from across the field. And there they go, into the mouth of the Mustang. I love the pageantry of the high school football, college football. You come out here, you've got the big flag up, you've got the cheerleaders out here. They're going to run through here with all kinds of excitement. You're up 49-0, and it's like a brand new start to a brand new day here after halftime.
There's talented high school football in a lot of states all over the country, but nobody does high school football quite like Texas does.
Not at all. Florida, California might be the two closest states that can say that. Maybe Georgia
Ohio has some good stuff.
Ohio.
Yeah.
We don't pay attention to Ohio. Go Blue.
The sister district for this 4-5A Division II right now, their district race is starting to have some separation as well. It's only a 7-team district involving Argyle, Denton High, Carrollton Creekview, and then Lake Dallas and a few of the Frisco schools. And that one is shaking out right now. You've got 4 undefeated teams in that. There's a clear separation, even though they're barely into district play. Clear separation in District 3-5A Division II is Frisco as Emerson High School out of Frisco, Independence High School out of Frisco, Lake Dallas and Argyle all are undefeated right now, whether it be 6-0 or 5-0, depending on who's had their bye week yet. Emerson and Lake Dallas at 2-0 in district, Argyle and Independence only at 1-0. But you look at the rest of the district, you've got 2-4, 1-5, 0-6. So you could see the clear separation in that district taking place. The teams are on the field, and we are about ready to go. That'll do it for the Prosperity Bank halftime show. The Mustangs are going to kick off to start this second half as Hayden Rhodes is on to boot it away from the 40-yard line.
For the Grapevine Mustangs, number 30, Hayden
receive for your Poly Parrots, number 6, Marcalen Shepard, and number 7, Jacob Anderson. The kickoff is out of bounds on the far side of the field. So kickoff went out of bounds from Hayden Rhodes, not exactly what they wanted. It was over around the 5-yard line. So the Parrots will take over at the 30-yard line here on this first possession to start the second half. Best starting position of the game for the Poly Parrots. Whoop, sorry about that, Tim.
No problem. Hayden Rhodes, he has kept his seat on the struggle bus here throughout the ball game, unfortunately, and kicking. I mean, he's been close to kicking a few out of bounds tonight, and that time he just didn't get that fortunate bounce.
Coming out, it's Diego Gonzalez at quarterback. They're coming out with that stack I, and they're trying to run quarterback power around the left side, and just no room whatsoever. Grapevine stacks it up defensively.
46, Ethan Mayday made the play, 5'8", 170-pound linebacker, the senior. We haven't seen a lot of him this season.
Along with Gray Whitsett, number 44, the junior linebackers. We've got reserves in on defense for the Mustangs here to start the second half. You've got number...
Exactly opposite of what we said would happen.
Jake Polterak, number 53, at one defensive tackle spot. Tatum Evans and Gray Whitsett at your defensive ends. No gain officially on first down. Shotgun set, 3 wide look for Poly at the 30-yard line. Snap is back. And Gonzalez again taking it up the left side. And he's got room outside the 30, the 40, and steps out of bounds at around the 44, 45-yard line. Nice job that time. They did a good job sealing off the end, did Poly, and Diego Gonzalez was able to turn it up the sideline for good yardage. 15-yard carry out to the 45.
Gonzalez is so athletic. We've seen it all night for different spots for him. And he's got some speed to get around that corner. You're going to have to play some better contain on that side.
Talked about Gray Whitsett. We've got Peyton Baxter in at one linebacker spot along with Ethan Madej. 1st and 10, snap is back. Handoff this time, kind of come around the left side, up the middle, some room to run, up past the 45, up near midfield before finally being stacked up by Madej is the running back. Lined up at running back was the sophomore, number 6, Marcalen Shepard. As the Parrots coming out here on this first possession and moving some things on the ground.
Yeah, certainly moving the ball, getting some yards on the ground. You get this now 2nd and 5, so your offense is on schedule, and that's all you can ask for coming out of the locker room.
Solid 5-yard gain right there by Shepard. Darion Burns at one cornerback. Number 13. Number 28, Brady Boozer in right now at the bandit position. 2nd and 5. Snap is back. Gonzalez again coming around the left side, trying to find the corner. He will get it across midfield. He's only going to get about 2 yards before he was knocked out of bounds that time by number 42, Peyton Baxter. He was looking to throw, but his man was covered, so he just tucked it and ran and got about 2 yards to set up 3rd and 3.
Sure was. Grapevine kind of switched up the defense last minute. They bring the linebacker down. The corner bails. They think they're going to have an easy pass, but it's all covered up, and then he's able to go ahead and get a couple of yards. And now 3rd and short. 3rd and 3, this is not a bad place to be, especially the way you're running the ball here to start off the second half.
Number 21, Kenyon Smith, is in as an H-back. And Marcalen Shepard in at tailback. Behind Diego Gonzalez in the pistol, 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap back. Gonzalez gets around the right side, and he flings the ball deep down the field looking for a man, and that pass is going to fall short. I tell you what, Gonzalez was really set on throwing. It looked like he maybe could have tucked that and run it for the first down, but he was looking for number 5, Ricky Promise, who was behind the defensive back, but he tried to throw it on the run and just couldn't get enough on it.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to run too until he saw his man streaking free, and at the last second tried to just let it go. Didn't step off the right foot. He threw off the wrong foot on that one. Just didn't get enough push.
It was actually Jaden Johnson, number 9, who he was trying to get the ball to down the field, not Ricky Promise, but the pass just came up short. 4th and 3, and the Parrots will go for it at the Grapevine 48-yard line. Shotgun snap back. Gonzalez, speed option, fakes the pitch, makes a man miss, and is going to get the first down. Nice job running that speed option by Diego Gonzalez with a little pitch fake. Got the defense to hesitate just enough to let him get up the field and get the first down at the Grapevine 44.
Yeah, that was a great play because, again, they thought they were just going to pitch it to the running back to get those quick yards, but no, he keeps it himself, and nice little play fake. He fools the linebacker core that comes in to make that play. That all goes towards the running back. So
gain of 4 yards moves the chains and keeps things going. 1st and 10. As again they come out with kind of that power eye look. Snap back to Gonzalez. A busted play. The pitch is behind. It's picked up, and it's going to be a huge loss on the play. Coming in to make the tackles, number 28, Brady Boozer. But that play just got busted up. Gonzalez got run into by one of his own men, and he tried to pitch it as he got hit, and it was way behind the pitch man, Markalen Shepard.
Gray Whitsett, number 44. He's been playing on the edge for this whole series now. He's been blocked and he's missed a couple of plays, but that time he jumps like a torpedo into the lead blocker, which then knocks into the quarterback, which then knocks the ball out of the air. Kind of a domino effect there, and just threw his body into the play. I love it. I love the energy.
We did have a penalty on the play for an illegal shift, but that'll of course be declined. Like you said, Gray Whitsett at that time causing all kinds of havoc on that play, even though he didn't actually make contact with any of the ball carriers himself.
He just
but he
busted
up the play.
Sure did.
It was a 12-yard loss all the way back to the Poly 44, and that's what's kind of happened to Poly tonight. A couple of times when they got some things going offensively, they had huge negative plays that really just put them, in a situation that they're not able to come back from. And we're going to have a timeout here as the play clock was running down on Poly. 7:27 to go here in the third quarter. 49-0 Grapevine. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Lean in to the values that got you here. They don't change, no matter the storm, no matter the trouble. When the time comes to sell your vehicle, we'll buy it for full market value, not a penny less. That's pricing true to Texas. It's the right way. This is Texas. This is classic. True market value for your vehicle. Classic Chevrolet. Relax and enjoy the difference.
Back here at Handley Field, where the Poly Parrots face a 2nd and 22 at their own 44-yard line after a after a pitch went awry. Luckily, they were able to get on top of it to save the turnover, but they took a huge loss on the play, and they're going to have 2nd and 5 now. And on that play, as the Parrot offense was talking, one of the receivers, Ricky Promise, number 5, the junior, was kneeling down and being attended to by some of the trainers.
And you can see in his face he does not look comfortable.
Yeah, he feels a little off for sure, and they're going to bring him to the sideline and check him out. So the teams are both back out on the field now. 2nd and 12 or 2nd and 22 now for the Parrots. They're lined up in a pistol formation, 2 receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. Snap back to Gonzalez. He rolls to his left. He's looking to throw. He is going to fling it deep down the sideline, going for it all, and that pass is knocked away. He was trying to get the ball to the freshman receiver, number 17, Rayshawn Elisher. But Maddox Stanley, number 37, came over from his safety position and got his hands on that pass to set up a 3rd and long.
And there's 44 again.
Elisher, that's what I was trying to say.
Gray Whitsett in there again. I'll tell you what, though. He's a young guy. He's a junior. What he's doing is he's throwing his body around like a human grenade. He's just running into blockers, right? He keeps his head up. He gets his hands out. He starts shedding some of these blocks. He's going to start making some plays in the backfield.
So 3rd and long now, 3rd and 22 for the Parrots. Snap is back to Gonzalez. Play action. Gonzalez stepping up in the pocket. Now he's just going to take off. He's got room. Inside the 45, 40, slides down right as he gets hit, and here comes the flag. I don't like that call because that was a late slide, I thought, by Gonzalez. Maddox Stanley on the hit, but again, the slide and the hit were simultaneous. They're probably going to throw a flag here, but I don't like that call just because of the lateness of the slide.
I mean, it's certainly a tough call. I think, if you're on the defense, you're kind of in that no-win situation we saw last year where Kenny Pickett did the fake slide at the last second. So
the call will stand. It was a great run, honestly, by Gonzalez. All the coverage was downfield, and things just opened up for him. He had a run of 17 yards all the way down to the 39. And now we're going to tack on 15 more to move it inside the 25-yard line of Grapevine to the 24, the deepest penetration of the night by the Parrots.
So you have to wonder now, Coach Alexander's on the sideline. He's got his entire backup or reserve defense in the game, and Poly is driving. So it makes me wonder, do you see this same group come out for the next series, or is there going to be an adjustment? I'm kind of surprised we've seen the reserves this early.
Snap is back. It's high, but picked up by Gonzalez. He goes around the left end, gets rid of it, but just can't get the pass there. And I think his receiver, number 17, Rayshawn Ellisher, may have stepped out of bounds anyway before the ball arrived. But again, we've seen the legs on Gonzalez. They're trying to roll him out every time, and he's got some speed back there. He's finding his way out of the pocket and away from the pressure. Just hasn't been on target quite yet with the passes.
I'd like to see them move him around to the wide side of the field a little bit. They keep having him kind of boot to the short side of the field, which is
maybe roll to his left instead of his right.
Absolutely.
Or roll to the right,
I'd like to see him get out to the right as a right-handed thrower and be able to use that speed on the wide field a little bit.
2nd and 10 now at the 24. Pistol set, snap back. Gonzalez rolls to his right this time, gets it away, and it's intercepted. Brady Boozer picks it off. He's up to the 40, up to midfield. He's down the sideline. He's still in bounds, and he is going to walk this one into the corral. There is a flag down in the pocket area. This is probably going to be a holding penalty. Brady Boozer picks off the pass from Diego Gonzalez, who was trying to get that pass off as he was off balance and getting hit, and Boozer just picked it off on the run, returned it all the way for the touchdown. That is about an 85-yard interception return. I didn't see exactly where he was when he picked it off.
Well, much like Billy Joe Johnson, what I would say as the coach when you come off the field is you have to see where you're throwing the ball when you throw the ball. And he didn't see where he was throwing the ball. He just threw it. He was off balance, as you said. He just kind of threw it in the middle of the field, and that's when interceptions happen. It
was a personal foul chop block against Poly on the play during the initial scramble. I'm going to ask our production director here, Trey, if we could see that replay again, see if we can see where Boozer was able to pick that off, because he picked that off in full stride as the quarterback, Diego Gonzalez, was getting contacted and threw it off balance. And he did. He picked that off at about the 15-yard line in full stride and was able to outrun the angle of Gonzalez up the sidelines in for an 85-yard pick six.
Brady Boozer, 6'1", 170-pound DB, sophomore, so he's got a clear future ahead of him for the next couple of years.
Hayden Rhodes on for this extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, and the kick is good. 6:41 to go here in the third quarter. Grapevine now up 56-0. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Lean in to the values that got you here. They don't change, no matter the storm, no matter the trouble. When the time comes to sell your vehicle, we'll buy it for full market value, not a penny less. That's pricing true to Texas. It's the right way. This is Texas. This is classic. True market value for your vehicle. Classic Chevrolet. Relax and enjoy the difference.
So the Grapevine Mustang defense, the reserves in on that possession, allowed Poly to drive the ball inside the Mustang 25, but Brady Boozer comes up with the big play, the 85-yard pick six, and the Mustangs are up 56-0. Line drive kick, caught at the 7, being returned up to the 15, still on his feet, up past the 20, out to the 25-yard line. Nice job that time by Markalen Shepard. Kept his feet going, broke a couple of tackles, and actually had a solid return out to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, and Deron Burns, number 13, the 6-foot, 170-pound wide receiver, the junior, finally able to bring him down there right at about, where was that, about the 22.
27.
I'm sorry, 27. Gosh, you're right.
20-yard return that time.
Well, I'm looking at the 22. It's clearly the 27. The field's very dark. If you're not here, it's hard to see from where we are. I got Trey making fun of me.
20-yard return from Markalen Shepard. The great thing about that, the pick six is great, but now the defense has to go right back out on the field.
Right back onto the field, and hey.
Brady Boozer got some oxygen, get right back out there.
If you're the DBs, now you're starting to say, hey, now it's my turn. It's my turn to get a pick, and now you're starting to have a little competition out here.
3 interceptions tonight for the Grapevine secondary, and we're going to have a timeout get called as
and another timeout after a change
Coach
of possession.
Coons, yeah, Coach Coons didn't have his personnel on the field that he wanted. We'll take it with him. 6:32 to go in the third quarter. 56-0 Grapevine. This is Grapevine Mustangs football presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
For 13 straight years, Forbes.com has named Prosperity as one of America's best banks. To Prosperity's customers and employees, thank you for helping us maintain this national distinction. Prosperity Bank. Real bankers, not just a bank.
Back here at Handley Field as the teams start to break their huddle after the timeout. Mustang defense out there seeing if they can do a little better job shutting down the Poly offense this time as the Diego Gonzalez is able to get the legs going. They were able to get the run game working there on that last possession before the pick six happened. Parrots taking over at their own 27, 1st and 10 here. Gonzalez takes the snap, handoff up the middle. Out past the line of scrimmage. Going to be a gain of about 2 yards that time out to the 29-yard line. It was Markalen Shepard once again on the handoff.
Cameron McNully came up to make, was a part of that tackle.
Yeah,
number
Cameron
31,
McCauley, yep.
6 foot, 205 DB, the senior.
Handoff again on second down, up there, just going right up the middle, across the 30, out to about the 32, 33-yard line. Another solid run by Shepard. Gain of about 4 that time. Ethan Madej, number 46, on the tackle.
Peyton Baxter in there to help out towards the end is part of a cleanup, 5'8", 170-pound senior. So everyone's out here getting a little bit of an opportunity tonight to put their stamp on this team.
3rd and 4 now for the Parrots at their own 33-yard line. Grapevine showing a pressure look, and they do bring people in. Diego Gonzalez trying to go around the end, and he's going nowhere. That time, number 37, Hayden Maddox Stanley, and number 31, Cameron McCauley came up and shut that play down. As that time they were not going to give Diego Gonzalez the corner, and they dropped him for a loss of 4 back to the 29.
Yeah, we've seen Maddox Stanley play with the number 1 group, right? We saw him start a couple of weeks ago, so he's used to being in these scenarios. He makes a really good read and just gets knifes right in there past the line of scrimmage to make that tackle undetected by blockers. And Sammy Kelly back to return the punt again.
Caden Cook, actually, that's number 7. Cook. But actually, it looks like they're going to go for this on 4th down. Gonzalez rolling to his left, fires the ball. The pass is caught. Was he inbounds? No. He was out of bounds. Pass was it was a good throw that time from Gonzalez, but just a hair late. And while the catch was made by Rayshawn Ellisher, he unfortunately was stepping out of bounds as he made the catch. So even though Caden Cook was out there, suddenly had to play safety, and they come up as the Parrots decided to go for it on their own 29 and just barely missed converting. You know, good route, good throw. Ellisher was open. The pass was just a hair late.
We have Evan Baum at quarterback.
Yep. First possession for Grapevine offense here in the second half, and so the ones are out there. Evan Baum takes the snap, throws it out to the far side. Caught inside the 20, 15. Breaking tackles inside the 10, 5. Sammy Kelly walks it into the corral. Sammy Kelly just takes a little curl route and just ballets his way into the end zone, stepping out of possible tackles and dancing his way for a 29-yard score, his second of the night.
I mean, that is an incredible individual effort because the throw wasn't great. It got there. He goes up with both hands, makes the catch at the high point, and then he just I mean, does his best Parker Polk imitation as he's weaving his way in between tacklers, making people miss, using a little burst of speed at the end. Fantastic play by Sammy Kelly.
29-yard touchdown catch for Sammy Kelly, his second of the ball game. That's his 6th of the season. And he's into the end zone. Extra point is up. And it is good. 4:10 to go here in the third quarter. 63-0 Grapevine. This is Grapevine Mustangs football presented by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio. This third quarter brought to you by our friends at Classic Chevrolet. And we're seeing the replay right now as Sammy Kelly danced his way into the end zone. Yeah, Fred
Astaire.
Just moving back and forth, just getting his way into that end
Hot
zone.
food meets a cool vibe for big-time fun. We're the stomping grounds for friends and family to gather and enjoy themselves.
Back here at Handley Field as the Mustangs prepare to kick off here in the third quarter.
I'd be remiss if I didn't say that it looks like we are off the struggle bus from a kicking standpoint.
Yep.
Hayden Rhodes has seemed to get himself off the bus. He's made 2 kicks in a row, and he's looked great. Both kicks have looked great. They've gone right through the middle of the uprights.
Mustang offense on their first possession of the quarter takes only one play to punch it into the end zone. Kickoff is high, deep, and fielded at the goal line, and it's going to be returned. Coming around the near side at the 15, 20, and then wrapped up about the 23-yard line. Another solid return that time by number 6, Markalen Shepard.
And another solid tackle by Deron Burns out here getting some special teams work in. Love to see that. Another good kick by Hayden. Good job. We'd love to see you get off that bus.
So three catches, 67 yards tonight, and 2 touchdowns for Sammy Kelly.
Excuse me, Darion Burns is Trey over here, who's been on the bus all night along with Hayden. Just tells me that I said his name wrong.
Evan Baum is a perfect 5 for 5 passing tonight with 2 scores, 5 for 5 for 100 yards.
I mean, if I'm 5 for 5 and I'm up 63-0 and coach calls a pass play, I'm going to go ahead and audible to a run because I want that 100% completion percentage. Don't try to mess me up, coach.
Parrots coming out, lining up after calling the play on the sidelines. Play clock under 5 here. They're going empty set. Billy Joe Johnson back at quarterback, a little quick throw bubble screen. Pass is caught, but not much yardage to be gained that time. As number 42, Peyton Baxter, makes the tackle. Helmet comes off on the play, and so he'll come off. Only a gain of 2 that time as the receiver, number 17, Rayshawn Ellisher, made the grab, but just couldn't find much room to roam as they tried to do that little slip screen.
Bergen Weir just entered the game at nose tackle, number 63.
Snap back, Johnson, another little bubble screen, caught outside the 20, up near the 25 before being knocked out of bounds hard that time, as that was number 31, Cameron McCauley, making the stick. On number 3 was Sidey, the sophomore. Again, only a gain of about 2 yards right there out to the 26-yard line. Sets up a 3rd and 6 now for the Parrot offense. Got to say, it's really gutty of the freshman Billy Joe Johnson to be back out there trying to take some snaps. He's gone out twice tonight with what we think is an ankle injury. Hurt it initially, came back and re-aggravated it, but he's back out there again. 3rd and 6 now, high snap corralled. Pass up the near side, and it is going to be incomplete, but a flag is going to come down as we're going to have pass interference, I believe, on number 12, Ezekiel Brown. It was kind of tough luck. Ezekiel Brown looked like he kind of lost his footing and just fell into the wide receiver.
In the words of Tony Romo, I don't know about that one, Jacob. They look like they just got their feet entangled.
That's what I thought. It looked like some feet got tangled up.
Contact. I don't like that call, but hey,
Field judge threw the flag, though. There was contact, but it looked like you said, Ezekiel Brown just kind of lost his footing and just kind of tripped and fell more than anything else. That time he was covering Rayshawn Ellisher on the play as they tried to hit a deep shot up the sideline. So that'll be an automatic first down as they move the ball out to the 40 on the penalty.
Now
that'll
we saw
be first and 10.
Ezekiel. Oh, sorry, Jacob. We saw Ezekiel. I saw Ezekiel on tape come in with a big sack last week from the corner position.
Yep.
Wonder if we might see him on a blitz here soon.
So first and 10 at the 40-yard line. This will be the last play of the third quarter. They're going to go empty here on first down as Diego Gonzalez checks back into quarterback for this play. And
now more confusion about this clock.
Yeah, just the play clock was at 0, and
now
we've had some confusion amongst the officials tonight about a couple of things.
The Poly head coach just high-fived the line judge. I think that they have come to a conclusion on what they will do next.
Russell Coons, the head coach for Poly.
Coach Coons, a little high five to the line judge, says, good job, we'll get this right. We have 1 second, we'll get a playoff. You didn't call it delay a game, and I appreciate you.
And, okay.
Okay, so that's going to be the end of the quarter.
So we're going to call that the end of the quarter. I think that's what was supposed to happen to begin with. Again, some confusion here by the officials. But we go to the fourth quarter now. Your score, Grapevine 63 and Poly nothing. You are watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Living in North Texas provides all of us with an amazing quality of life, including an affordable cost of living, outstanding schools, unbelievable cultural opportunities, and the best sports around. But we also have to put up with severe storms. Hi folks, Champion Sports Radio President and Founder Thomas Lee here to tell you when a hail or windstorm comes through your neighborhood, do what we did and call Greenleaf Roofing. Greenleaf Roofing is a fully insured, locally owned and operated company built on the values of amazing craftsmanship, affordable options, and innovative solutions. And they are proud that those values still stand as a foundation for their business today. And did I mention Greenleaf Roofing has 24-hour emergency service available? It's nice to know Greenleaf Roofing will be there in a hurry if you need them. After the first experience, I became a customer for life and have used them on 3 different homes. But don't just take my word for it. Learn about the Greenleaf Roofing difference yourself by calling them at 972-379-9109 or go online to greenleaf-roofing.com to find out how you can get your free quote. Greenleaf Roofing, the #1 choice for all your roofing needs.
Back here at Handley Field for the start of the fourth quarter as the Mustangs lead the Parrots 63-0. First and 10 for the Parrots at their own 40-yard line. Diego Gonzalez in at quarterback. Snap is back. Handoff coming around the left side, getting a little bit of the corner. And getting a solid gain of about 4 yards is Markalen Shepard, who's had some good gains here in this second half, playing some tailback.
We sure have seen Poly come out and attempt to continue to put drives together and run the football, and I really like that energy that they're coming with. The offensive line is not quitting whatsoever.
Coming out in kind of a power formation. Snap back, handoff again to Shepard. This time he gets stood up right at the line of scrimmage. In on that play was Vili Motamanu, number 97, as well as number 31, Cameron McCauley. Officially no gain on the play. That'll set up a 3rd and 6 for the Parrots at their own 44.
3rd and medium, we've seen them go for 4th down, so you expect to have 2 plays in mind here should they not get the first on 3rd and 6.
Again, kind of a 2 H-back look here. Snap is back. Play action. Gonzalez trips and falls on his own. Not really sure what happened right there.
That did not, no, that didn't look good. That
no,
didn't look right.
He injured something. Oh, that is really unfortunate. That's a non-contact injury, and those are the kind you really hate to see. He did a play action and spun to go out to the left side and just went right down. Something went wrong there. We're going to go ahead and take a break. This is Grapevine Mustangs football on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Bottle Cap Alley is a place where hot food meets a cool vibe for big-time fun. We're the stomping grounds for friends and family to gather and enjoy themselves. Here, everybody is somebody. We take great pride in our food and the people we serve. So whether you're here to watch the game or just popping in for a quick bite, we're always happy to see you.
Back here at Handley Field, the Mustangs leading the Parrots 63-0. We're in the fourth quarter, 10:25 to go, as they're still tending to Diego Gonzalez on the field. You hope it's just something muscle. It looked like they were trying to stretch out his calf or something down there and like massage it. You wonder if he just cramped up as he started to spin and run, like he just had like maybe just Charlie horse or something, and his muscle just seized up or something of that nature. And trainers are helping him off the field. He is putting weight on it, but not much. You just hope the young man is okay, because you know, he's really played hard tonight and shown some things, especially in the second half, you know, playing quarterback along with Billy Joe Johnson. But, yeah, you just hope the young man is okay.
All right, that's fourth down.
Something just kind of, it literally just as he spun to run, he just went down. And don't know if he pulled something. Yeah, they're trying to stretch him out over here. I think he just had some kind of Charlie horse, and his muscle just cramped up on him really suddenly. For fourth down, and now it's a long yardage situation after an 8-yard loss on the play, unfortunately. And so Poly's still going to go ahead and try and go for this. Snap is back, and there's Billy Joe Johnson. Fire one up, but a miscommunication. That pass is going to fall in no man's land. Miscommunication with Johnson and his receiver, Jaden Johnson, number 9, as Jaden Johnson cut his route off.
Well, I mean, he's got an arm again, but you know, the first thing that I would tell the young man if I was coaching him is you have to see where you're throwing it before you throw it. He tends to just catch the snap, kind of rear back and let the ball go. He's a freshman, so he's got a lot of growth ahead of him. You know, he's putting it out into a good spot. He's got the length. Now we have to concentrate on understanding what you're seeing, reading the defense, and then throwing the ball to your receiver.
Mustangs offense comes out only their second possession of the second half here, and they take over on the Parrot 36. Harrison Hackbarth in at quarterback. Demontrez Dunn in at tailback behind him in the pistol formation. Snap is back. Handoff to Dunn, picks his way through inside the 30, 25, all the way down to almost the 20-yard. Great run right there by Demontrez Dunn, as there was penetration in the backfield, and he just accelerated through it before it closed up on him. There's a flag down way back in the secondary inside the 20-yard line. Not sure what the flag is for back there on a run play, but whatever the penalty was, it was against Poly, and it was declined. Officially, they mark him down at the 23, so a 13-yard run for Demontrez Dunn.
He sure got himself skinny through that penetration. He gets skinny sideways, and then he makes a jump cut, and then he gets all the way down the field. I mean, that's just a terrific vision, terrific run by Dunn.
And now Poly calls a timeout. It's their final timeout of the game. We'll go ahead and take it with them. 8:55 to go in the ball game. The Mustangs up 63-0. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Do you feel your home is too humid and slightly musty? Do you have that room or side of the house you don't use because it's too hot or too cold? Do you have family members struggling with health issues or allergies? Then contact Energy Attic and transform your living spaces by transforming your attic. Energy Attic uses a 3-part energy reduction system to make your home or office as comfortable and energy efficient as possible, saving you money, reducing your carbon footprint, and improving indoor air quality. Who doesn't want to save money, breathe cleaner air, and sleep better? Energy Attic helps improve your home climate control, reduce reduces those cold and hot pockets, makes it more comfortable throughout, and saves you up to 40% on your energy bill. It's fast and easy to schedule your free Energy Attic audit. Simply visit EnergyAttic.com and fill out the form. Virtual appointments are available as well. Now is the time to get your...
Back here at Handley Field, the teams came out on the field, but we had a flag thrown as Grapevine was about to snap the ball. They had too many men in the huddle out of the timeout. That will not make Coach Alexander happy. So illegal substitution will back it up 5 yards to the 28. It'll make it 1st and 15.
Gonzalez is up here on the Poly sideline. He's trying to work that leg out a little bit. Looked like you were right. It was a cramp. He's starting to stretch and trying to get loose, see if he can come back in the game.
Handoff on 1st and 15. This is going to be a big loss, big penetration into the backfield that time. DeMontrez Dunn got dropped for a 3-yard loss that time.
4 Poly defenders against 1 running back. Dunn. I don't think you're going to win that one very often.
Tiakunde Shima, the senior, number 10, was in on that tackle. One of the 3 Poly defenders that got back there. That loss backs it up. They actually called that a 6-yard loss back to the 32, so it's 2nd and 21 now. Snap is back. Handoff to Dunn, trying to pick his way forward inside the 30, down to about the 27-yard line. It'll be a 5-yard gain for DeMontrez Dunn. And now we have another Poly player down on the field. That's unfortunate. We do have reserve offensive linemen in there for the Grapevine Mustangs. But we'll go ahead and take a break as they tend to the injured player. 8:06 to go in the 4th quarter, 63-0 Grapevine. This is Grapevine Mustangs football presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Lean in to the values that got you here. They don't change, no matter the storm, no matter the trouble. When the time comes to sell your vehicle, we'll buy it for full market value, not a penny less. That's pricing true to Texas. It's the right way. This is Texas. This is classic. True market value for your vehicle. Classic Chevrolet. Relax and enjoy the difference.
The player coming off the field for Grapevine was number 8, Jorge Ruiz. He came off under his own power. 3rd down now and 14 for the Mustangs at the Poly 27-yard line. Split back set out of the shotgun. Snap back. It is a handoff. No, it's a rollout by Hackbarth. The pass is on target, but off the fingertips of the wide receiver, number 15, Mason Tatum, who has checked in again. We got a whole batch of reserves for the Mustangs along the offensive line. We have number 63, Bergen Weir, number 60, Holden Brown, number 70, Daniel Campos, a sophomore, number 75, Cornelius Trimble.
They're going to go for this on 4th and 15.
Let these guys get their reps in. Take the shot. I don't mind it at all. Number 32, Ian Hatton at tight end. Snap back, handoff. Coming around the left end. Room to run is done. He's got the first down inside the 20 and all the way down to the 10. Great job by DeMontrez Dunn that time, taking the handoff, going around the left end and getting into the open field and getting the first down on 4th and 14. They mark him out of bounds at the 10-yard line. It's a 17-yard gain, 1st and goal.
Yeah, I don't mind the call either, especially when it works. Give the ball to Dunn and let him get around that left side.
Number 15,
Great job.
Mason Tatum. Number 16, Ridge Banker in at wide receiver. Snap back, handoff to Dunn again. He gets again hit the backfield, but gets away, makes another man miss, and now he's going to finally get wrapped up. That second-team offensive line giving up some penetration, causing some negative plays as Poly's getting into the backfield. Dunn's made a miss a couple of times. That time he got dropped for a 5-yard loss.
For a group that did such a good job on that 4th and long play, linemen all the way downfield, hitting safeties and linebackers that time, not able to get out of their own way. Dunn, like you said, trying to give his little Barry Sanders impression, but cannot get out of the backfield.
Ian Hatton in at tight end. Your 3rd wide receiver right now is number 20, Matt Byers. 2nd and goal at the 15. Snap back to Hackbarth. Handoff to Dunn, makes a man miss, and then gets wrapped up. Almost got away that time, but he was brought down.
That was a touchdown-saving tackle.
It was. That was number 3, Wasaidi, I believe, who made a great open field tackle. I believe that was Wasaidi. 2-yard gain down to the 13-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and goal now for the Mustangs. The second unit on the offense trying to punch this in. 3 wide set, snap back. Handoff again to Dunn. He's inside the 10, the 5, and tripped up. Ooh, landed on his head. I hope he's okay. Got flipped up head over heels and basically landed on his head and rolled over on his helmet. It looks like he's up and fine, but
he is head over heels.
Yeah,
to run the ball,
that didn't look good for a second there.
Head over heels to get that carry.
He's down to the 2-yard line, a gain of 11. It's 4th and goal at the 2. Checking in now at tailback. They bring out Dunn after that just to make sure he's okay. Checking in is number 36, Caleb Bell at tailback. 4th and goal for the Mustangs at the 2-yard line. They stay in the 3 wide set. Snap is back. Handoff to Bell. Nope, it's kept by Hackbarth, and he bowls his way into the end zone for the touchdown on the zone read. Hackbarth pulls it out, goes around the right side, and just lowers his shoulder into a defender and bullies his way in for the touchdown.
And let me just point out the fake by the running back Bell, who dove into the end zone like he had the ball.
He sold it.
It was fantastic. I thought he scored a touchdown, but no. Hackbarth gets his opportunity to get into the end zone. Great play all the way around. I love that whole drive. I loved everything about it, especially the 4th and 14, going for it because Jake up here radioed down to Coach Mike, said, go for it, Coach. You got it.
The extra point is up, and it is good for Hayden Rhodes. 3:50 to go in the ball game. 70-0 Grapevine. This is Grapevine Mustangs football presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Bottle Cap Alley is a place where hot food meets a cool vibe for big-time fun. We're the stomping grounds for friends and family to gather and enjoy themselves. Here, everybody is somebody. We take great pride in our food and the people we serve. So whether you're here to watch the game or just popping in for a quick bite, we're always happy to see you.
Hayden Rhodes lining up for the kick. Boots this one high and deep this time, but it is returnable. It's caught at the 10. Up the middle to the 15, 20, 25, and then just stuck right at the point of attack. That was number 13 for the Mustangs, Darion Burns.
That's his 3rd tackle in this second half on special teams and his 3rd stick just like that.
Another good return that time by number 6, Markalen Shepard, but as he got up the field past the 25, just got blasted by Darion Burns. 17-yard return out to the 27. That's where Poly will take over this next possession. 3 minutes to go here in the ball game. The Mustangs on their way to moving to 3-0 in district play and in a tie atop the district standings with Arlington Heights, who won last night. They're 6-0 on the season. The Mustangs will improve to 5-1. Spread empty set here on first down with Billy Joe Johnson in at quarterback. Snap back. Johnson rolling to his right, getting chased, trying to find somebody to throw the ball to, and just throws it out of bounds. Incomplete.
And he's still so limpy. It's impressive that he could get out of the way like that. Now he's not going to go back in at this point. He's going to kind of stand over by the fence, and they're going to have to have another quarterback come out.
Well, Diego Gonzalez is putting his helmet on. He may come back in. He's still limping, too, after trying to work out that cramp. But the injury for Billy Joe Johnson is probably a little more severe. He did something to his ankle, I think, in the first half and has tried to gut his way through this game a couple of times. But, yeah, it's been tough. on the young freshman tonight.
You certainly can't discredit the heart of this Poly team.
No, not at all.
You can see that
these kids are gutty for sure.
They have yet to give up, and then you've got kids playing hurt and through all sorts of different adversity.
And Diego Gonzalez is going to come back out.
Who's also hurt.
Yeah, he's still got a little limp as he was trying to work out that cramp, that severe cramp he had. He takes the snap and is immediately pressured. He steps away from it, running to his right. Great job turning the corner up to the 25-30. Still on his feet, stays in bounds out to the 35-40, and finally brought down. Wow, what an effort by Diego Gonzalez right there. Somehow dancing towards the sideline, tiptoed up, got the corner, tiptoed up the sideline, stayed in bounds, and cut back to the middle of the field, and ends up with a 14-yard gain and a first down.
It's just a heck of an effort. As you said, he looks like he's going to step out of bounds, and at the last second makes that cutback. Grapevine with some poor tackling on that particular play. But
I think they thought he was going out of bounds, and
yes.
The guys just kind of stopped. 1st and 10 out at the 41. Shotgun snap back. Gonzalez rolling to his right. He's got room to run up to midfield. 45, 40, and he'll step out of bounds. That'll be another 20-yard run for Diego Gonzalez. As, man, you got to give it up to these Poly kids. They're undermanned. You know, they've had dealt with injuries all night long, and they're just trying to gut this game out. And for head coach Russell Coons, that's got to make him proud seeing those kids just give the effort they're giving.
Yeah, now Coach Coons is going ahead and tell Gonzalez to go ahead and sit. He's holding his leg after that big run. Now they've put another kid in there to go try to
That's number 7,
last play.
Jacob Anderson, who's going to take this next snap.
And I saw Jacob
Anderson he is going to have to take a snap before the clock runs out, so this will be the final play. Snap back, it'll just be a handoff inside the 40 down to about the 38-yard line as Markalen Shepard takes the last play and runs the clock out. So the Mustangs do the job tonight. They're going to win by a final score of 70-0. But, man, tip of the cap to this Poly squad who's had a rough week with what's been going on with their program, having to kind of shrink the program down and combine teams. But, man, this team showed a real gutty effort tonight, and you got to like that if you're a head coach.
They sure did, and if you're Coach Coon, you're right. You got to look to the future and see what you have here. You have a good nucleus of heart. You have some ability and some talent on your sideline, and now you just got to go and try to improve for next week.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we will have the post-game show for you. It is the Infinity Solar post-game show. The Mustangs win 70-0 tonight. You are watching Grapevine Mustangs football presented by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Do you feel your home is too humid and slightly musty? Do you have that room or side of the house you don't use because it's too hot or too cold? Do you have family members struggling with health issues or allergies? Then contact Energy Attic and transform your living spaces by transforming your attic. Energy Attic uses a 3-part energy reduction system to make your home or office as comfortable and energy efficient as possible, saving you money, reducing your carbon footprint, and improving indoor air quality. Who doesn't want to save money, breathe cleaner air, and sleep better? Energy Attic helps improve your home climate control, reduces those cold and hot pockets, makes it more comfortable throughout, and saves you up to 40% on your energy bill. It's fast and easy to schedule your free Energy Attic audit. Simply visit energyattic.com and fill out the form. Virtual appointments are available as well. Now is the time to get your project started, so let Energy Attic show you how much you can love the comfort of your home. energyattic.com. Attic solutions to transform your life.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Lean in to the values that got you here. They don't change, no matter the storm, no matter the trouble. When the time comes to sell your vehicle, we'll buy it for full market value, not a penny less. That's pricing true to Texas. Right way. This is Texas. This is classic. True market value for your vehicle. Classic Chevrolet. Relax and enjoy the difference.
Each year across the United States, young lives are lost to sudden cardiac arrest, and our communities are left to pick up the pieces. That's what happened in April of 2009 when Zachary Schraw lost his life to an undiagnosed heart condition after collapsing suddenly during a Plano East Senior High School football practice. After his death, Zach's loved ones knew it was time to take action to protect young hearts across North Texas from this silent killer. Since its establishment in 2009, Living for Zachary has impacted thousands of families by providing heart screenings for ages 12 to 22, donating AEDs to youth-based organizations, and training community members in the use of CPR, all with the goal of saving lives. Sudden cardiac arrest doesn't wait, so we can't either. Schedule your child's heart screening today, apply for an AED for your organization, or make a donation that could change a life forever. Together, we can give our children's hearts a second chance. Join the movement to save young hearts at livingforzachary.org today.
Back here at Handley Field in Fort Worth, Jacob Dedamore along with Tim Smith. This is the Infinity Polar post-game show where tonight the final score, the Grapevine Mustangs handle their business and they defeat Poly by a score of 70-0. And Tim, we talked about in the pregame show what we wanted to see from Grapevine tonight, what we thought we might see, and that was execution and focus. And I think for the most part we saw that tonight. I don't think we saw the occasional one here and there, but we didn't see mental errors tonight by the Mustangs.
No, we saw one holding call. One thing that we didn't see that we've seen a lot in the first couple of weeks was pre-snap penalties. We didn't see a lot of those tonight. I think Coach Alexander and his staff are going to be really happy with the detail, the attention to detail that their kids showed tonight throughout the game. Even when things started to get out of hand, they continued to show that attention to detail. Even when the backups came in, it was a little rough for the defense on that first series in the third quarter, but they got their legs under them and took care of business throughout the night. And like we said, we wanted them to play up to their capability, which they certainly did.
Yeah, and it was good on both sides of the ball, honestly. The offense, and the offense had a lot of short fields tonight because of whether it be turnovers or turnovers on downs. They didn't have to really. They did have one long drive that they executed well. That was the Reed Watkins 57-yard touchdown. But for the most part, they were handed short fields. But they took care of that, and they took care of their business tonight and really executed offensively. The second team unit had a few issues here and there with some blocking up front on that last possession. You had the one possession that was all kind of discombobulated with a bad pitch and the one penalty they had tonight with the hold and all that stuff. But for the most part, there will be enough on film for Coach Alexander to harp on. But overall, a very solid performance from Grapevine tonight.
Yeah, I don't think, Grapevine, they won't get beat up too bad in the film room this week. There's obviously always going to be pointers to get on and always going to be things that you can improve on as you continue, because you're going to face tougher teams than what you faced tonight. But as you said, they did what they were supposed to do. They did what you want them to do. They did not play down to their competition. They didn't lay down at all. They continued the turnover train, getting the turnovers, and everybody in the offense, at least from a running back perspective, got to contribute tonight, which is always exciting.
Yeah, 3 interceptions tonight for the Grapevine secondary, including the pick 6 by Brady Boozer. And the offensively, multiple players getting into the end zone tonight. Reed Watkins had 3 on the ground. Sammy Watkins had 2 through the air. So overall, it's just a great performance tonight. And now the Mustangs go back home next week. They'll play Southwest High School, and they'll be once again sitting at least in a tie atop the district standings as they return home to Mustang Panther Stadium.
Yeah, and on top of all that, they were able to get a rest for some of the kids that have been really carrying the load, particularly someone like a Parker Polk, who didn't get a lot of carries tonight, but he got to rest his body and feeling good, right? You don't want to beat yourself up every week. So we got to hear from some people that haven't had the big stats in the past that got to put up those numbers tonight, and that's what you want to see going through the season.
So that's going to do it for us here tonight from Handley Field in Fort Worth. Thank you to our broadcast production team with Trey Bell heading up everything going forward with our broadcast. Thank you also to Thomas Lee, owner and operator of Champion Sports Radio. Thank you to our sponsors. That fourth quarter was brought to you by our friends at Bottle Cap Alley Ice House Grill, located in Grapevine. Fantastic burgers. I've had them. They're very nice. So feel free to head over there for a little post-game action tonight if you're a Grapevine fan. But that's going to wrap it up for us here tonight from Handley Stadium. The Mustangs return home next Friday night, where they will take on the Southwest Raiders out of Fort Worth ISD. So until then, for my broadcast partner, Tim Smith, my name is Jacob Dedamore. Your final score once again tonight, the Mustangs defeat the Poly Parrots by a score of 70-0. Everyone have a great weekend, and go Mustangs.